What's going on, everybody? It is Coach Greg Adams back in here with another YouTube live stream. Shout out to the Coach Gang.
And that's you.
For being in here, being involved, and being active on this YouTube channel. Well, welcome back to Tuesday Night Gordita. You in here with the Bruce Wayne. It is Ish, the King of Kings, the King of Content, and the Speaker of Truth. Yours truly, the Notorious One, a.k.a. Mr. Coachellini, better known as the Prognosticator, Coach Stradamus. And you're in the Desert Storm bunker with none other than EWF. That is every woman's fantasy, but you can call me CGA. See God Allah, the benevolent monarch and the 14-time demonetized champion of YouTube. Do we have an interesting late development? Right now, the Me Too movement is continuing. Lawsuits of the new divorce, and we got one Smokey Robinson, the Motown legend, songwriter extraordinaire, 85 years old, being accused of the unthinkable grape and labor abuse. Wait, wrong sound effect. All right, man, where's my...
Oh, the humanity.
Where's my... Hold on for a second. All right, where's my sunglasses? Not Smokey Robinson.
And that's you.
Goodness.
Oh, the humanity.
Smokey Robinson, 85 years old. Legend. They was just making fun of him on the internet the other day about him being so old and him dancing on the stage, still performing. My man Smokey is still performing, and guess what? My man just got a grape lawsuit. Oh my goodness, where's the People's Court? Oh, jeez. All right, you know what's happening is
you get it through your
they broke.
skull that I'm broke.
Nobody
Dead,
safe.
flat, stony, broke. I've got $3.85 in my purse.
All right. And a Laker legend, Byron Scott, accused of sexually assaulting a schoolgirl 38 years ago.
Oh, the humanity.
Man, ring the cotton picking bell. Ring the cotton picking bell. Oh, man, we going to get into these stories very relatively quickly here. We got, we do have some videos here. But I find these bits of news is very, very interesting here. Man, I'm staying inside, bruh. I'm staying inside, bruh. Look, I can't even think of inside being this safe at this particular point. Yes, brothers, this shit is getting hectic out here. Who said that? Lawsuits of the new divorce. Yo, sheesh. Okay, to contribute to today's show, $ the Notorious CGA on the Cash App, Venmo, Coach Greg Adams TV, PayPal, paypal.me, Coach Greg Adams, and that is near the top of the description box on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel, and you can super chat by clicking the link on the top of the live chat.
New world order.
On the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. Niggas, all right, this is incredible. Incredible shit, all right? We will have some other segments, but... this is going to be just one of those shows. We're going to be alive and kick it to the real. But let me see if there's some brothers in here that have made some contributions to today's show very early. Shout out to Dre. The Dream is in the building. I appreciate you kicking it with us, Dre the Dream. I don't know if that was before the show ended or before this show began, but I appreciate Dre the Dream. For sticking through and getting this knowledge and information for the betterment of yourself and other men to take yourself to the next level. We bossing up all 2025.
Boss up, nigga.
We bossing up all 2025, and man, you got to protect your neck out here, brothers, because it's getting kind of hectic. All right, as soon as I get my Spotify deal, I'm gonna be paying all kind of bitches off. All right, I'm gonna be paying bitches off.
I like to get dominate.
Yeah, bitches gonna get paid off. All right, goodness, man, because they coming for your neck. All right, who is this pro man? All right, he sent me a bill. He said, not Smokey. As a Air Force combat vet, I've done some Steve Smith-ish and had some Steve Smith-ish done to me. charge it to the military community and move on. He says, got to be hell to have those texts public, though, for sure. It's embarrassing because, you know, a lot of people engage in sexual text messaging. They call it sexting, you know, back in the day. And it sucks to have your information put out there for everybody to read and see. You know, it's for private consumption only. You know, you send pictures. I tell you not to send too many pictures, man. Don't send your pictures of your ding dong. So what'll happen is, you know, these intimate conversations of the nasty talk that you're doing is made public, and, you know, you're embarrassed because that's nasty. It's super duper nasty. All right. But now I'm glad my shit ain't out there yet. But if I get that Spotify deal, you know, bitches gonna be coming out of the woodwork. All right. Lined up with their paws out. Shout out to Dre the Dream. All right. They gonna be out there, paws out. Hungry bitches, hungry hippos.
I'm always hungry.
All I hope, this is all I hope. I hope the ugly bitches don't come out first. That's all I hope. He said, not even to your wife. Nah, don't send your ding dong to your wife. I just hope the ugly bitches don't come out first. That's going to be embarrassing. All right. I want all the fine hotties to come out. I want them bitches coming out crying on the stand and shit with they fucking hair in a braid, cardigan sweater. All right, I want the fine hotties. The ugly gorditas gonna come out first and shit. I'm gonna be like, all them fat chicks I knocked up. And I'm like, not the fat chicks. Y'all gonna be like, damn, CG. It's like Shannon Sharp. When them ugly bra stuff coming out, you got a plain Jane Muskrat, a ugly Pog. All right, they look at that Shannon Sharp like, damn, bruh. All right. But all the ugly, fat, Oompa Loompa bitches gonna come out first. He harmed me. He put it up my Duke shoe. I'm gonna be like, what about all these 19-year-old JUCOs I had? They didn't want to come out. Ladies, I be encouraging them to come out. I be like, hey man, tell all of these people I fucked them too. All right, tell everybody that I fucked y'all too. All right, these ugly bitches trying to come out, 50 years old, looking like the Bill Cosby bitches. Let me see if I can pull out. Let me see if I can pull up the magazine. All right, let me see what we got here. Here we go right here. Bitches like this gonna be coming out. I'll be like, all right, I fucked her, but listen. All right, listen, I can explain. It wasn't a grape, all right? She enjoyed every bit of it. All right, this is a miscarriage of justice here.
Oh, the humanity.
All right, these bitches gonna come out, all right? All kind of old soggy bitches gonna come out and shit. Like, come on, ladies. This is a damn disgrace. Look at all these old. All right, these bitches trying to
wrap you in my warm embrace.
Yeah, they gonna be doing
and
this.
And I make it last forever, babe. I catch a glimpse of heaven when you let me wrap you in.
Bill Cosby like, I need them young Playboy playmates to come out. All right, where them Hugh Hefner broads at? That's what I want to know. All these old broads coming out. All right, listen. Look at Janice Dickinson. Like, he did it to me too. Look at that neck.
Oh, the humanity.
I can't get that neck. Oh my goodness. Look at this. All right, she used to be hot as hell back in the day. Janice Dickinson. She used to be a hottie. All right, that's when let me see if I can pull up Janice Dickinson younger. She was a baddie. Let me see if I can pull her up. Yeah, she was a baddie. Look at her, man. I had a Latina girl that I dated like this. Look at that, bruh. Oh, my God. That's her back then. All right, yeah. Because you can't imagine putting hands on hips like this. All right, you don't want to put hands on those hips. This is what you want to put hands on there. Boy, she was just right there. Age to perfection. Look, this is her right here. Wow. She was aged just right. No, that ain't her. Let me see if I can pull up another one right here. All right, that ain't bad. The hairdo makes her look older right there. All right, that's crazy. Look at that. After the wine, liquor, and the extra Botox kicked in, look at that young beauty. She says she was the first supermodel. All right, she says she was the first supermodel. Look at that. Wow, boy, oh boy. All right, anyway, that's crazy.
Oh, the humanity.
She's aged just right. All right, let's see if we got some other contributors to today's show, because we going to get in there. Pro Man sent me a bill. Bruh. He clicked the wrong button. And we got, let me see if there's any Ko-Fi brothers in here. The Booger Sugar. Yeah, she off that sugar booger. Booger Sugar. Okay, what do we got here? Let me see if I can get y'all some stories here other than that. Because we do have some big news to talk about here. All right, so we're going to first talk about, let's see here. Let's go to Thailand, all right?
What kind of fuck you give me?
All right, Thailand. You guys know here in Thailand, shout out to all the Linglings here in Thailand.
American people ain't kind of fuck.
All right, I guess they're going to show us Thailand military lottery. In Thailand, all men age 21 are required to participate in the military draft lottery. They're going to draw either a red card, which is going to be mandatory 2 years of service in the military, or a black card, which grants exemptions. All right, which, you know, I guess in their culture, black is not evil. Okay, so what do we got here? We'll just say this is an evil world we live in. Okay, it's an evil world we live in. So let's see what we got here. I don't even know where it is. Did I type over it? Oh, there it is right there. Okay, it's the evil world we live in. Let's see what the Thai military lottery looks like. Oh. Squid Games. Oh, no. Oh, man, he didn't hit his head. All right, he said, leave me alone. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. All right, that's crazy right there.
Hey, yo, chill, son. Hey, yo.
All right, the Duke shooter extraordinaire didn't want to have his ass in the lottery. That's a lady boy right there. All right, definitely.
Hey, yo, chill, son. Hey, yo.
Yeah, man. He want to be down there on the walking beach, fooling you ninjas down in Thailand with his, oh.
Hey, yo, chill,
well,
son. Hey, yo.
Yeah, that's a hard floor. All right, that's not marble, but all right, look at him. Oh, man, a reading rainbow.
Hey, yo, chill, son. Hey, yo.
All right, the ZESTY lottery, the ZESTY military lottery. His zesty ass was about to have his ass out there getting splat like there.
Pop, pop, cut, cut, cut. Skitty, keep, pop, pop. And a pop, pop, boom.
All right, yes, indeed. He was a butterfly in the sky when he jumped up and down like that. Look at him. He going down the Pattaya. All right, there he is. He's going down there right there. And he getting the good train ran on him. All right, yes, he is.
Hey, yo, chill, son. Hey, yo.
He going down out of the walking beach down there to fool you ninjas, shave his mustache down. Oh, my goodness. He don't need to be in there at all anyway. All right.
Hey, yo, chill, son.
He don't need to be in the military. All right. He was happy, jumping for joy. They said, we are family ass ninja. And look at him, boy. Sashay, Shantae. All right. Goodness. And look how you looking, man. They don't need your ass in there. Look, he tried to push the guy. Oh, my goodness. That's sassy. That's sassy as hell, bruh. Hey.
Hey, yo, chill, son. Hey, yo.
And they laughing at this ninja. Hey, look, you know what happened? They seen him pull the card, and it was a red card. They was like, just let him go. Let him go. You know, they was looking at it. They was like, we don't need this zesty-ass ninja in the army. He said, send they zesty-ass to the trenches. Send these zesty-ass ninjas to the trenches, and Putin, send it. Hey, Putin, send 2 to this zesty-ass ninja. I'm going to send 1 more. Oh, my goodness. Look at this ninja. All right, Putin, get some business going in Thailand, if you will. All right, anyway. I got it. Goofy ass ninja. It's the evil world we live in.
It's an evil world we live in.
All right, who remembers this in dating when you were young? When the girl you vibe with, she come over to the crib, and this is when you getting your freebie on. You know what I mean? You have to make the first move, the old, stretch out, let me yawn. You know what I mean? You break the touch barrier. You trying to breeze by and, graze a titty and graze a ass. Right? The old days where you used to hook up, but the girl come over there and she acting all funky. But before she came over there, she talked all that shit about what she was going to do when she got over there. I'm going to do this to you. I'm going to do that. And then what happens is, because you're not a man yet, you don't make the first move, nothing happens. You don't get laid. All right? You don't get laid. She sit there and let her talk. You make out for about an hour and 38 minutes, heavy petting, sweating, before you even get a shirt off. That slow pimping. All right? Well, this is a skit about this situation here. It says, when you can't tell what the vibe is. Obviously, you don't want to be Smokey Robinson or Byron Scott years down the line. So you don't want to charge. But the woman comes over there and acts all, I'm innocent. All right. And all you do is slip your finger in there and finger pop her a couple of times. And then you walk by like, ooh la la. Right in there. When she leave, you be like, who remember these days? Who remember these days? Y'all youngins, man. All right. Here it is when you can't tell what her vibe is.
The nigga diss me every time I see him.
You good?
Like he the one in charge.
I'm saying, you sitting all the way at the edge of the bed. Damn, they're about to fall out.
Nigga, I'm the one that pays for it. And you gonna get off his corners?
Oh shit. You cold?
Yeah, can you turn on the heat?
Yeah, it's gonna take a second for it to warm up. Don't you want some blanket while we wait?
No.
Alright, yeah, shit. As long as you comfortable.
Just cause you don't like the way another nigga talk.
Oh, that's the end.
Yeah, I'ma head out. It's getting late.
Alright. Shit, text me.
Oh, no. All right. If you can't read it, it says, why didn't you try anything? All right. Passive aggressive. So the woman was ready for you to make the first move. This is why Pookies get a lot of punani. A lot of you guys keep blaming Pookie for getting it, but Pookie don't care. Pookie mounts her. You know what I mean? Pookie just grab her by the scruff of the neck. Pookie pulls her hair, slaps her on the ass, and the woman doesn't have to think about it. All right, she over there. She's like, I'm here, nigga. All right, use me, abuse me. That's what she's saying, but she's not going to make the first move. Women ain't going to make the first move, rarely. If they do, you're going to be. So Pookie's just going to grab her here, bend over right there, here. All right, he don't even take his whole pants off. He just drop his pants around his ankles, his Timberland boots, and goes right through the boxer hole. Right to the boxer hole. No kissing. No petting. No kissing. No heavy petting. Nothing. Right through the boxer hole. All right, right there. Here we go. 10 minutes in. Boom. All right, done. All right, nut in her and she pregnant. All right, bye, bitch. Get out. Go home. All right, but you, on the other hand, trying to talk to her, listen to her talk useless shit. You know what I mean? Trying to make your first move and waiting for her to make the first move. And then you blame Pookie. Yeah, you blame Pookie for getting all the punani. But, of course, yeah, you know what happens is you're going to end up like Byron Scott and Smokey Robinson at the end of the day.
New world order.
All right, now she's saying, oh, my God, he went through the boxer hole, and I was a wonderful woman. I went to church. Now you're getting the false allegation. Yes, indeed, you are. As a matter of fact, look at the second comment. Hey, look at the second comment here. It says, ain't nobody catching a felony for you, ma'am. Speak up. Indeed, no means no. You got to have consent. Okay, you got to have consent, but consent isn't sexy. You know what I mean? May I touch you? Can I touch your hair? Can I touch your leg? Can I touch your boobie? All right, can I pull your hair? Can I smack you on the ass? All right, women doesn't want to hear that. She going to dry up like the Sahara Desert. She going to say no. All right. But you want to, you want to get her in that position, and you be like, you like this, don't you? Yes, daddy. Okay, daddy. Okay, I got you.
Okay, daddy.
Yes. But if you can still get a sexual assault here. All right, but it's bad news. All right, let me see. Last one. Inside the mind of Pookie. Pookie is back, y'all. Pookie is back. All right, so remember this guy right here. Apparently, he has more to add to the conversation. There's his drag woman, and Pookie is going to add more context to the conversation of why Pookie is the way he is.
Time. I be saying some crazy shit. I be like, goodness gracious, you badass bitch.
He be like, fuck, I love you. I love you.
It make the love even more. That motherfucker will make you fall in love. That's what I'm trying to say. It gotta be the money and the sex because, oh my God, that shit had tears come out because I just be thinking, when we be fucking, I be fucking thinking some crazy shit, man. For real.
Inside the mind of Pookie.
That's why I be like, when niggas be out here killing about no girls, like, I'm not gonna do it. But it's just like, when the dude be out here doing what they be doing, bro, I be like, damn, bro, that girl put that shit on his ass, boy.
Yeah, Pookie, hey, this is the... I don't know who this guy is. You guys might know who he is. This is Crash Bandy Pookie. Crash Bandy Pookie. Now he's saying he knows why these simp Pookie ass niggas be killing. And you guys want to think that you're going to be a Pookie. Nah, man, you got a job tomorrow. You got to be at Jiffy Lube tomorrow, bruh. You got to be at Jiffy Lube tomorrow changing oil. You're not Pookie. All right, Pookie gives up his whole life, debt by simp. He will give up his whole life for a piece of punani. And you're like, well, broke niggas get laid all the time. But you're not Pookie. Pookie prioritizes pussy in his life. It's the only thing going on in his life. He'll kill for a piece of punani. All right, here we go right here. So you guys then wonder how you guys going to Pookie max your way to vagina, but you don't have you have a legitimate mindset. You don't have a sickness. Pookies have a sickness, right? You got to be mentally sick and deranged to be a Pookie. That's why they get it for free, right? That's why they bang all the hot bitches from middle school to high school, when they in high school, all the way up to 20 years old. But you think it's because he's broke, all right? And so you go and Pookie max. But listen to this guy. He got a sickness.
She put that shit on him. She threw that shit back for real. Because that should have had you questioning your goddamn sanity.
See? Look.
When that pussy hit and that shit.
All the time.
You questioning your sanity. See, dude, vagina does not do that to me, bruh. I mean, it gets me for a good after I roar. I'll bust a good nut. I'll be... And that's it. All right, I'll be on to the next thing. Let me go back to work real quick. Let me get some to eat. Let me check my bank account. All right, I'm not a Pookie. And dudes be trying to be apologetic about not being a Pookie. All right, oh, man, well, the Pookie's got it. No, man. Somebody just said it. Pookies have a short shelf life. They're either going to die at the hands of a gang war by being at the wrong place at the wrong time, go to jail. They're going to go to jail for scamming or doing something stupid, or they're going to kill somebody and they're going to go to jail for doing something really stupid. Pookies don't last long, bruh. All right? Pookies have a good first, teenage years. They're doing every man's dream, getting laid when they're in their teenage years. That's what all teenage men want. But the sad part is they don't make it past 30 very often. And when they do, they get stuck in a time warp. Okay? And they get stuck in a time warp. Now they think it's the 1990s still, and they'll talk about how they're still the man. But people will say these men are the man, but really they're the simps. They're the biggest simps out here. Pookies are the biggest simps out here. But now when you see them outside, you don't see it, all right? It doesn't become apparent that they're the simp. But when they get home, after they finish choking they bitch out, they be simping. They be simping. And look at her. And she love it too. She's in love. She loves that. Why? Because at the end of the day, Pookie won't leave her. A woman's dream is a man that would never leave. Now, you don't have to be rich. All right, but a man that really puts her on a pedestal like this, even though he's a loser, not that guy. I don't know who that guy is. I'm not talking about him personally. We're talking about Pookie. All right, but Pookie will never leave her. And she loves that shit. She got vagina control over Pookie. So she's like, this is good. How much better can this woman can do? Not much. He got 2 felonies, and she know 3rd strike, he out. So, you know what I mean? She going to protect him from that 3rd strike unless she needs to go ahead and tell the government about that strike. Okay, but at the end of the day, Pookie going to never leave her big watermelon head ass. All right, and she's good. Pookie scamming and hustling and handing over the dope, renting cars in her name, driving her Nissan Altima, putting babies in her. All right, spawning Pookies. All right, she good. She like, good. I got this goof ass nigga. It's better than nothing.
I be saying some crazy shit. I be like, goodness gracious, you badass bitch.
He be like, fuck, I love you. I love you.
It make the love even more. That motherfucker gonna make you fall in love. That's what I'm trying to say. It gotta be the money in the sex because, oh my God, that shit had tears come out because I just be thinking, when we be fucking, I be fucking thinking some crazy shit, man. For real. That's why I be like, when niggas be out here killing about them girls, like, I'm not gonna do it. But it's just like, when the dude be out here doing what they be doing, bro, I be like, damn, bro, that girl put that shit on his ass, boy. She put that shit on him. She threw that shit back for real.
Look at that. These ninjas, man, really the biggest step in fetching ass ninjas, man. And I don't know why these guys get a reputation for being the cool guy. Right here. These guys, for some reason, in the hood, get the reputation of being the guy everybody wants to be. Like, and I don't get it. I've never wanted to be this guy. I've never thought he was cool, but a lot of people think these guys are cool and you want to be him. And of course, because he getting a little drug money and he got a little gold chain fry. And I'm not talking about him personally. We're talking about the Pookie image. For some reason, dudes want to be him, and it's because their earliest years, the critical years of 14 to 22, these guys get the majority of the pussy. They get the majority of the pussy from 14 to 22 from women. And women will admit it. I dated some bum-ass niggas, and I dated some goof-ass niggas. I dated broke guys. Because you tried to make all women out to be gold diggers. All right, they're all gold diggers. They don't start off as gold diggers. All right, some women will be gold digging, talking about, can you pay for my nails to get done? They'll start that. Yeah, 12 years old too. All right, but they're the guys getting the easiest poon, the baddest little baddies, the hot little pockets. And everybody want to be him. They do. But short shelf life, bruh. I mean, the only thing that can save him is a rap career, and even then, you can get shot 50 times in a cookie store. All right, I mean, it's just that bad.
Pop, pop, cock, cock, cock. Skitty, keep, pop, pop. And a pop, pop, boom.
All right, so there you go right there. Whoever this guy is, I don't know who he is, by the way. All right, so that's the evil world we live in.
It's an evil world we live in.
All right, we got Crime and Law CGA coming up here. This entire episode is going to be Crime and Law CGA. Let me check if there's any contributors in here. Shout out to Key himself, says, my friend married a subordinate for 7 years. After the divorce, she sued the company for sexual harassment and won. Don't date a coworker. Oh, goodness gracious. Man almighty. Goodness. She sued him for sexual harassment. That sounds familiar. The woman Tiger Woods tried to sue Tiger Woods for that. Not his first wife, but that Millie Mouth girlfriend that he had. She looked like a whole muskrat. All right, let me see Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods got some interesting taste in women. That Elin Swedish Viking broad he had, I really liked her. All right, but the rest of his girlfriends are questionable. And all them girls he was fucking, all right. All right, Tiger Woods got some in. He had an Australian chick that was a baddie too. All right, but the rest of the Tiger Woods roster, I think Tiger Woods is coach gang. All right, so this is Elin. This was his first wife, the Swedish, the so-called Swedish nanny. She was just an arm candy. All right, this woman didn't even have to talk. Elin. She was best seen and not heard. All right, let me pull up Elin. Or Elin. All right, here she goes right there. Yeah, that's all she was. And, you know, this aesthetic was popular in the 90s. It's still somewhat popular internationally, European, especially. But, you know, in America, we've turned to, we've got a lot of more off this particular aesthetic for the most part. And we've now opened up to, you know, brunettes and dark-haired vixens and Latinas and black women, curvy black women, and Kardashians, racially ambiguous women. you know, women that look racially ambiguous. They got the Khloe Kardashian surgery pack. All right. So, you know, we've gotten away from this as the primary aesthetic in America, but worldwide, this is still the number one aesthetic. All right. So there she is right there. Even to the point where, all right, even to the point where you see this right here. Look, that's Elon. That's his ex-wife. I think that was his only wife. And shout out to Elon. I'm telling you, bruh. She was a baddie back in the day.
I am so happy and grateful that the Lord has blessed me to play in some snow.
Yeah, now women don't look as natural anymore. She probably is like 22 years old right here. All right. She probably like 22. I don't see there's no surgery. There's no Botox, nothing, no injection, no fillers. All right. And she was still a baddie back then. She was still a hottie. All right. She don't even have the veneers. You see her teeth are not even perfect. Not even Tiger Woods' teeth are perfect. All right. No veneers, no nothing. All right. Shout out to Elon. But then he had that other girlfriend right here. Oh, this is another Elon picture right here. Yeah, there you go right there. Elon. And look at Tiger. Looking all presidential. All right. This is, we got more Elon right here. All right. More Elon. She was just a trophy wife. I mean, she never talked or nothing. She was a perfect woman. All right.
Oh, the humanity.
She was the perfect woman. You never seen her talking. Look at that neck. Get that neck. I'll pull her hair too. Right. Yes, indeed. All right. Hey, hold on for a second.
Where the white women at?
Hey, you pull that right there. You be like, man, you don't even need to talk. All right. You could just stand there and win. Ladies, I always tell women, you could just stand there and win. You don't even have to talk. I know they be wanting to talk. I'm like, bro, just stay there and just stand there. All right. That's like that Trump girl, Trump's wife. She don't talk too much. Perfect. All right. So here we go. Then he got with this muskrat girl. And the whole point was I was responding to a super chat. Let me go back to this girl right here. Then he got this girl. All right, the whole muskrat. Look at that right there. Tiger. What in the world?
Oh, the humanity.
All right, there it is right there. He fell in love right here with this girl. So there he is. Boy, that is a downgrade, fam. Woof.
Oh, the humanity.
Oh, man. That's a whole muskrat. All right, there we go right there. All right, she all looks sweaty and shit. You be sweating outside on the golf course. You be sweating outside on the golf course and shit like this. Where's she at? Here she is right here again. We got her right there. Oh, he had Lindsey Vonn, didn't he? He did have Lindsey Vonn. I forgot. Tiger Woods ain't black anyway. He Blasian. He Blackanese. Or he's Taiwan Blackanese. There she is right there. And she thought she was in. This reminds me of Russell Wilson's first wife. All right. This reminds me of, look, she was like, I got in there. I'm in there. I'm one. I got Tiger. I got money. And then he dumped her ass, moved her out the house and changed the locks on the door. And then what happened was she sued him for workplace harassment because he met her while they were running business. She worked for one of his businesses. They even have Elon together with the muskrat girl. All right. They have Elon with the muskrat girl right there. All right. Which one? Yeah, that's a downgrade. What happened here is let's go to Russell Wilson and his first wife. Because every draft, you got to have this up. This meme is forever going to win the internet around the NFL draft. She thought she was Gucci, okay? Damn, bruh. Wow.
Niggas always gotta show they teeth.
She said, I'm set for life. She set for life right here, right here. All right, this is when he got drafted out of the University of, I think he went to Wisconsin his last year, if I'm not mistaken. He started off at North Carolina State. and then he transferred to Wisconsin or vice versa. Maybe he went to Wisconsin first and then transferred to North Carolina State. I can't remember. All right, but I think he went to North Carolina State and transferred to Wisconsin. I might be wrong. All right, but then he got drafted by the Seahawks, and she was like, "We in, we about to get the bag, yeah."
I'm rich, bitch.
All right, so here, what happened was, for those who don't know, Russell Wilson lost his first ex-wife to rumors that she was out there getting her insides pushed to her esophagus, allegedly by one of his Seattle Seahawks teammates. NC State to Wisconsin. Okay, shout out to you. That's what I thought it was. He only played like 1 year at Wisconsin. But allegedly, one of his Seattle Seahawks teammates was smashing his wife. Damn. Wow. And she fumbled the bag. And then he ends up with Sierra. But if you know Russell Wilson, you can tell he's super duper corny. And she was a light-skinned, funny-faced puppet right here. All right. It didn't work out. So she went with a real nigga. And them Seahawks niggas was real niggas. Like the Seahawks back then had some niggas on their team. Like some niggas that should have been in jail. Right. Some niggas that was like they let out of jail on the weekend. All right. Work furlough. You want to play football this weekend? All right, come on out. The whole defense should have been the Seattle C niggas. All right, them niggas belonged in jail. All right, the way they was playing and beating everybody up every weekend. For 3 years, they was beating niggas up, all right, on the field, like just roughhousing everybody. All right, here we go. They were strong-arming niggas like, pow, like, wow. And then she went in the locker room with all them niggas. All right. She saw all them niggas like, oh, okay. All right. We got some real niggas in here. All right. She saw them niggas like, wait a minute. All right. I got me a corny ass ninja. These niggas, the rest of these niggas is crazy. All right. She went in there and peace sleeve got wet. She got wetter than the Niagara Falls. And she was like, yeah, apparently she went in that locker room and it turned into some. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Apparently, allegedly, one of his teammates got that from his wife. All right. That's terrible. Terrible. All right. Watch out, brothers. She couldn't stand it. Shout out to Key himself for a great topic. Shout out to Key himself, an original Coach Gang member, too. He been here for a long time. Shout out to Macaroni Tony. I'm hurt. He says, young cats don't realize how depressing this is. I grew up on Smokey. He says, I'm beside myself right now. We're going to get to the details of the suit. It's sad to see that these men are going this far and they getting got out here, man. Damn. Shout out to Gone with John says, get him. All right. It seemed like you super chatted earlier and I missed it, but maybe I just saw it right now. Shout out to Gone with John. Shout out to our brother Joshua Moon. Just recommended you to my Uber driver. He's been with his girl for 6 years. She lives with him. Oh, you didn't finish it. So there's another chat coming. So I'll come back there. I'll come back. And I don't want to name the guy who allegedly boned Russell Wilson's wife. I'm not that type of guy, but you guys know the rumors. It's been around for a long time. And what Richard, well, I'm not going to name names, but what was said was that Russell Wilson was a corny dude to begin with. And so what happened was that because Russell Wilson kind of couldn't relate to the rest of them Legion of Doom boom ass ninjas, getting Sierra was supposed to be give him cool points with the Seahawks. Now, this is according to Seahawks players. All right, this isn't according to me. I know people don't like for us to call Russell Wilson the simp and the king of all simps and the simp extraordinaire and the clown simp. But they're saying that he was corny. He never fit in with the rest of the guys. And he wanted to be cool like the cool guys. And his wife got fucked in the locker room, allegedly by a teammate. And one of his things was that he wanted to get cool points with the guys. So that's why he picked up Sierra. Okay. Okay. He picked up Sierra to get cool points with them Sea Ninjas, the Seattle Sea Ninjas, especially getting embarrassed with your white wife getting throttled in the locker room by another ninja. So it's kind of like, you know, what he was he's trying to make up for the deficiency of being a cornball, Mr. Unlimited with the Subway sandwich ass ninja. Remember him with the Subway sandwich? So that was the rumor. That was from teammates. Teammates have disclosed that. So I don't want to be over here hating and y'all gonna be like, y'all always hating on Russell Wilson. But that was the rumor that why he got Sierra, why he chose Sierra. Because at the time, Sierra was an ultra sex symbol. All right. She was an ultra sex symbol. Like she was, you know, and she just coming off a Future. Yes, indeed. But he said, embrace the corniness. He's like, I'm a corny ninja. Okay, what are we doing? Why are we talking about that? Let me see if I can get Joshua Moon if he completed that chat. Yes, he did. He says, just recommended you to my Uber driver. He's been with this girl for 6 years. She lives with him while her brother stays in her house. He wants side trim, but she makes sure he can't get any. Okay. Damn, she gatekeeping. She cock blocking him. Hey, ladies, if you want to be a good lady, get your guy some side trim. Get your guy some side trim. A good, honorable woman will bring some side trim to your guy. Okay, bring some side trim. Drop some side trim off at the house. You know what I mean? That's how you do it. Big Joker ATL jumping in there. He says, scrolling to Black Twitter the last few days, I've seen the new phenomenon going on. Ninja fatigue, where white people are, as well as decent black people, are sick of ninjas. He says, just wait till Me Too fatigue kicks in. Does the boy that cried wolf ring a bell? Selling wolf tickets. Yeah, but they are getting ninja fatigue. I think people are really ready to separate black people and ninjas. I mean, we're ready to do it. I've been ready to do it for a long time. All right, people are ready to separate black people and ninjas. All right, it's not the same people. Did you hear that joke? I was watching Fresh's from Fresh and Fit. He has a podcast. I was watching it, and he played a clip, and the clip was this. Big Joke at ATL, listen to this. Big Joke at ATL, listen to this. The clip is this. It's like this. It says, it's a white guy's interviewing women on the street or people on the street, and they ask, if you had a fish tank and you had 100 fish in the fish tank, and 13 of the fish were causing 50% of the problems, what would you do with the fish? So if you had, yes, Chris Rock said it too. If you had 13 fish and 13 of those fish were causing a lot of the problems in the tank and disrupting the 100 fish, the rest of the 100 fish, what would you do with the fish? And most people were like, kill them. Take them out of the tank, right? Right? And I asked a woman this recently. I asked them the same thing. They were like, kill them. But the problem is, then they ask, okay, in America, 13% of the population is causing 50% of the crime. Uh-oh. Oops.
Oh, the humanity.
Whoops.
New world order.
That's terrible. It don't work the same when it's human beings. Oh, no. Hey, man, somebody send me that. If you got it on Locals, somebody send me that video. All right? Somebody send me that video. All right? Yeah, man, just, that's terrible. Oh, wrong sound effect.
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah, but they was quick to say when it was fish, they were like, kill them. Take them out of the tank, drown them, flush them down the toilet. Oh, okay. All right, anyway. Yeah. Yo, that's terrible. Anyway, this is terrible. I know. The Ku Klux Klanosphere. Shout out to Kaylin says, Coach, are you sure you want that Spotify deal after this? You've given a lot to pop culture without getting recognition for sure, but do you definitely want to stay inside? Do I want that $150 million Spotify deal? All right, because Shannon Sharp was about to get $100 million and he got exposed. All right, so maybe I don't want. Well, I'm not gonna speak it in the air for sure. I'm not gonna speak it in the air. H every day. That's why I did all my dirt behind cell phone cameras and before cell phone cameras, not behind them. Social media, independent boss bitches, and feminism muscle flex that failed. No peace leave is free. No man's meat is ever free. You want equality, give them equality, which is loneliness. Men are built to last, but I see no boss bitches stacking bricks or digging holes in the middle of traffic. We are not the same. It's not hate for women. Shout out to you. I got the chat done. All right, I got it done. Shout out to H every day with the sponsorship this week. Shout out to you. And he also adds, you should compare snow bunnies with ninjas because Russell Wilson and Tiger Woods are examples of levels to flatbacks. Well, the most dangerous women running around right now is got to be the white woman. Yes.
Where the white women at?
So ninjas be underestimating them. The real thing is that because they look docile, same thing with Asian women. White women look docile. They look kind of like they float in the air like this. All right. They walk on their tippy toes. They be like, I can fly, I can fly, I can fly, I can fly. All right.
Where the white women at?
They look like they wouldn't harm a fly. They look less menacing. You know what I mean? They don't have odd facial features. They don't have big ass eyes and big ass spread noses on their face. All right, they look kind of docile. They don't look like they're going to fuck shit up. But they literally collapse society, bro. They will fuck shit up quick. All right? Like, they fuck shit up all the time, bro. And they just be doing it with tears. Or they just be like, it's they cry. People die. People drop bombs. People go to jail. People get drowned in rivers. People get hung by a rope till their neck snap. All because she comes out and cries. So you got to be careful.
Hey, where are the white women at?
All right? If you're going to play in snow.
I am so happy and grateful that the Lord has blessed me to play in some snow.
All right? They kind of innocent in the yachtness. They kind of silly. But then when they start crying, it's over.
I am so happy and grateful that the Lord has blessed me to play in some snow.
All right, they will collapse the whole world. They will take down politics. Monica Lewinsky got jerked off on, and then all of a sudden. All right, so you got to watch out for them. The thing is, they look innocent. You know, they look kind of like, oh, all right, Little Red Riding Hood. All right, go home. All right, Little Red Riding Hood. What big nose do you have? And it's a whole wolf, and she don't realize it. They supposed to be kind of airheaded and dummy. But they kind of, you know, oh, I'm just goofy. I'm just a girl. And then boom. Jesus. You got to watch out for them, man. Because black women, you know what I mean, they got their whole reputation right out in front of them. You know what I mean? So do Latino women with all them knives they be catching. They be out here cutting people and stabbing people. Latino women be crazy, just out. All right, but Asian women and white women are very unassuming. You know what I mean? You're like, they can't do anything. And they do. Yeah, Helen of Troy. They will fuck shit up. All right, so be careful. CPFSC, peace and health over all of you. God bless. Shout out to you. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. And peace and health to everybody. Peace supreme. Let me see here. And then let me check over here, and then we'll get it going. We'll get in here to these both shows here. Okay, let's get into it. We got Crime and Law CGA. Let's do it. Crime and Law CGA. We got it. The first case. Me Too is back. It's back, man. The false alligators are coming out here like crazy. Everybody know the most undefeated team in the court of public opinion, the false alligators. All right, or any alligator, a true alligator. All right, the alligators are back and they are picking up steam. They're watching lawsuits fly. Every now and then, it'll get quiet. The alligators will get quiet, and everybody was like, why didn't you come out, 2 years ago? Why didn't you come out in 2020? Why didn't you come out in 2018? All right, and the girls were like, well, I didn't really realize. But I told you, when the economy starts hurting them, they will sell some pussy, but they will start flying false allegations out here.
I'm always hungry.
Man, when you hungry and broke, you gonna false allegate.
Can't you get it through your thick skull that I'm broke? Dead, flat, stony, broke. I've got $3.85 in my purse.
Okay, it's tough. And Shannon Sharp, man, he recently started this barrage of the lawsuits or new divorce. Women heard $50 million. Oh, wait, $50 million? Who you think you got, Kelsey Clinton? Bitches suing for $50 million? I got to get me a piece of that. Who fucked me back in the day? They start flying. Allegations coming out of the woodworks. All right, fuck that. Bitches that's going to eat. It's time to eat, man. And Byron Scott, Lakers legend, number 4 from Showtime, Coach Byron Scott. I actually seen Byron Scott at the Dodger game one time. He was sitting like right across me and on the first baseline. All right, he was like right there. I was like, there's Byron Scott. He was sitting right across from me. I was sitting on the aisle seat, and he was right there. I was like, what's up, man? He totally gave me the brush. Right? He totally gave me the brush. Like, he looked at me like he wanted to be like, nigga, who's you? All right, but when all the white people and the Mexicans started screaming his name, he started smiling. He was like, hi. And then I was like, bruh, you gave me the brush? All right, damn. Okay, nigga, he looked me up and down like he looked me up and down like Michael Jordan looked Chameleonaire up and down. All right, he gave me the whole Chameleonaire Michael Jordan shit. He looked me up and down like, nigga, all right, who this? And he looked at me like, bruh, who the fuck are you, nigga?
Wait a minute. Who are you?
And unfortunately, Byron Scott is now on the list. Shout out to Chris Jericho. Reporting here, May 2nd, 2025, 3:59 p.m. Breaking news. Ex-Los Angeles Lakers star Byron Scott accused of sexually assaulting a schoolgirl 38 years ago. Sheesh. Laker legend Byron Scott has been accused of sexually assaulting a high school girl 38 years ago. According to the Daily Mail, Haley Dillon. Woo-wee. Is it Haley? It is Haley.
Where the white women at?
Haley Dillon filed a 20-page lawsuit accusing the 3-time NBA champion of sexual battery, sexual assault, false imprisonment, and intentional inflict of emotional distress. Dillon alleges that Byron Scott lured her into an area of her high school away from other adults before forcing himself on her in a locked janitor's closet. Dillon was 15 years old at the time, while Byron Scott was 26. This is according to the lawsuit. Yeah, this is lynching season. Shit. 15. An attorney for Byron Scott, who also formerly coached the Lakers and the New Jersey Nets, did not deny the incident took place, but said he thought she was of age.
Oh my God.
Who the fuck is your lawyer? Who in the hell is your fucking lawyer?
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
My nigga, my nigga, my nigga.
Hey, yo, chill, son. Hey, yo. Hey, yo, chill, son. Hey, yo.
You big dummy.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Bruh. My nigga. My nigga.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
This ninja cooked himself. Please tell me, he said Johnny Cochran, if it doesn't fit, you must acquit. He said Matlock. Oh my God. You need to go get a Jewish lawyer.
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
Where's Ben Matlock when you need him? Holy mackerel. My God, you gotta be kidding me. Did I just read that? Did I just read that? Byron Scott, bruh. Somebody but homie.
Hey, yo, chill, son. Hey, yo.
There ain't no goddamn way.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Jesus. Hold on. Can I tell you something? They possibly don't have no DNA. Unless he has communication with these women. He must have communication with this woman where he admitted it. All right, this is the only thing I can think of. They ain't got no DNA. What was this, in 1987? There can't be any DNA. There's no witnesses. There's no video cameras. What kind of legal defense is this? This got to be the worst damn legal defense I heard. God damn. Man, I wouldn't admit none of this shit, bruh. Who? Haley who? I don't know no goddamn Haleys.
Where the white women at?
He must want to go to jail. He must want to go to jail. For those who missed it, this ninja just said he admitted that he did lure a girl away to get boned in a locked janitor's closet. The woman was 15 and he was 26. She must have tried to extort him over years and he said, fuck you, I ain't doing nothing. Okay. An attorney who also formerly attorney for Scott did not deny the incident took place, but said he thought she was of legal age. Our client is devastated by this complaint. A basketball event that took place in 1987. Our client believed the plaintiff to be over 18 and had no idea she would claim otherwise until 35 years ago. His lawyer's named Linda Bauermeister. All right. Bauermeister. All right.
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
He represented by a Jewish female lawyer.
I'm not going to say what race, what people. We know I can't say that.
My goodness. My goodness. Ain't no goddamn way in hell right now that this is happening right here.
You see that? That's a stupid bitch.
He respects girls and women, and the claims have blindsided him and his family. Scott, now 64, was married to his first wife, Anita Scott, at the time, a black woman. Dylan is also accusing Campbell Hall School, where the alleged incident occurred, of not protecting her from Scott. The Lakers were at the high school during the summer to film an instructional basketball video in the gym and met the students, parents, and faculty members. Dylan was there taking a summer math class. Oh, man almighty. When the staff and parents were asked to leave the gym, Scott repeatedly told the film crew she can stay while pointing at the 15-year-old. Send it! Send this shit! Send this nigga! Hey, man, send it! Now, can I stop the presses right now? Can I stop? Remember when I said, and I had Mitch say that I was lying. He was in the comment section and he got triggered. Remember when I told you, I said a lot of these guys in the 80s and 90s was fucking teenagers. Press 1 in the chat when you heard me say this. I said a lot of these guys in the 80s and the 90s who were claiming to get bitches was fucking teenagers, rappers, rock and roll stars, celebrities, and actors. Press 1 in the chat if you heard me say that last week. I said that last week. A lot of the easy sex that they was getting was from teenagers. I said that. I said it. I said it. I said it. And dude, there was a dude crashing out about that. He was like, that ain't true. I said it. And look at this. This is another example. And just imagine you're the film crew. You're watching him point at a goddamn 15-year-old wearing Chuck Taylor All-Stars, knock-kneed, knobby-kneed, deer doe-ass leg teenager. Oh, I'm going to fuck her later. She can stay. And everybody just let it slide. Yes, that was the 80s and the 90s. Unfortunately, guys, teenage girls were not off limits like they are today. They were, but they weren't, especially with celebrities. Ask these girls today. It wasn't like it's perceived today. They will say something like 15 will get you 20. But if somebody was like, okay, the 15-year-old's hot, she want to go jump on the dick. All right, we don't stop her from jumping on the dick. Nobody was protecting young girls like that. That's why you have all these damaged women today. That's why you have all these damaged ass women today. Kobe met his girl, although Kobe was a teen himself. He met his girl at a high school a video shoot. And she was a high schooler. Because I was in LA at the time. She was a high schooler. She had to leave the high school when she started dating Kobe. Although Kobe was only 19 himself, or 19 or 20. When he dated Vanessa, she was a senior at a high school. And I remember I lived in Southern California. They was flying a helicopter over the school. And she had to drop out of the school. All right, Carl Malone was fucked a 13-year-old and impregnated her. So what I was saying this earlier, in the 80s and 90s, a lot of these rappers and entertainers and actors, a lot of the girls they were with were probably 15 to 19. And they were appearing on the song. Like these guys would be like, I fucked this girl on a tour bus. I fucked her in the bathroom backstage. A lot of these girls are teenagers. I've been saying this. So Kobe was 21. She was 17. Yeah, she was a high school senior. And, she 21 and 17, today it's kind of like, ooh, wow. But Kobe got her when she was 21 and 17. So this is a truth. This is another one of these situations where it was, those were the easy girls. It was never really like 27, 28-year-old girls. If they were, it was just whatever. But a lot of guys like the younger girls. A lot of these guys always like the younger girls. All right. I mean, that's just what it is. There was nobody going to jail for these what you would call crimes, unless the family reported it. And if the family didn't report it, nothing happened. Even today it's happening with that guy on the basketball team for the OKC Thunder? He plays for the Chicago Bulls now. He's an Australian guy. He fucked that girl from Newport Beach. She was 15 and 16. Okay, so I said this last week, And people, dude, there was a couple people y'all thought I was crazy, but here it is right here. Now, we know she probably lied about her age. Okay? We know she probably lied about her age. It says Dylan was proud and excited to be able to show off her school to someone she admired before Scott found an unmarked janitor closet. Oh, my Lord. Please help me. I'm not going to be able to get through this. I'm not be able to get through this. This is sad. And the fact that he says, oh, I did it, but I didn't know she was in high school. Holy moly. All right. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to get through this. This is uncomfortable. This is a family show. All right. So Dylan was proud to show. Okay. It says before Scott found an unmarked janitor closet, tested the lock, and turned off the lights, the report said. He then forcefully grabbed Haley by the arm and pulled her inside the room while she was frightened and confused. Oh, my goodness.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Oh, my God. Scott is alleged to have begun hugging or kissing her on the mouth, much to her confusion, before pulling off her shirt and pushing her to her knees, trying to force her to perform the gluck gluck right here. Okay. Okay, brothers. Jeez Louise. All right, I got to screenshot something real quick and send it to someone. All right. My goodness gracious, this is getting out of hand. All right, so you guys feel comfortable right here? You guys feel comfortable with the rest of this story? I got to go ahead and send this to someone with the information. Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and send that. Okay. After pleading for Scott to stop, he eventually allowed her to get dressed and leave. Following the incident, staff and parents had already left the school, so Dylan was left with the players and filming crew. With no way home, Dylan received a ride from Scott while he purportedly discouraged her from telling anybody about what happened. Yeah, the 80s was a different time, fam. The 80s was a different time. It says Dylan eventually got picked. It says, wait a minute. It says Scott also allegedly asked another teammate to take her home, to which the teammate responded, "Fuck no, I'm not putting that girl in my car," clearly seeing the inappropriate nature of the act. Woo! This is bruh, pay her off. Dylan eventually got picked up by her mom after calling from a payphone. The supposed victim is seeking a trial by jury and over $25,000 of damages, including loss of earnings and attorney fees, to be paid by Scott and Campbell Hall. $25,000? Well, this right here is not a false alligator. All right, so we can just chalk this up. I'm going to end this story. 38 years. I can't really call this one. I'm going to just say, he said $25,000 a cheek. Okay. My God. All right. That is next story. And what it sounds like, I'm going to tell you what this sounds like. It sounds like the attorneys were contacted 3 years ago. All right. And I'm going to tell you why. All right. Yeah. $25,000. No aftercare. Did you see that? No aftercare. See, you know, we treat women a lot better than women were treated in the past. This is why women don't want to roll back their rights for you traditional niggas. All right, we need tradition. We need to have no fault divorce. These women ain't going for it because dudes would treat women like this and young girls now. No aftercare. You left her out on the side of the road on a payphone. A 15-year-old, you just left her out there and left her, and you a whole NBA superstar. All-Star. Yeah, she said this is man. Woo, awful story. I'm flabbergasted, but there's a lot of girls that got stories like this. But right here it says right here it says he had no idea that she would claim otherwise until 35 years later. So this says 38 years. 38 years. So it sounds like she came out and possibly tried to get in touch with him 3 years ago. And we say allegedly, yeah. And then this is probably just coming to light because she probably said pay up. And Byron said nah. And then Man, that is the most incredible story. So what can we do about that? But yeah, main event, Smokey Robinson here. Motown legend for you young people. Smokey Robinson's responsible for a lot of the songs that your parents possibly made babies to. The Motown sound. He was one of the legendary songwriters of many Motown hits, and I'm going to probably pull him up here. Let me see here. Smokey Robinson songs that he wrote. Songs that he wrote. All right. You really got a hold on me. Really got a hold on you. Okay. He got a hit list right here. Cruising, Track of My Tears, Tears of a Clown. All right. Tears of a Clown. You also have Who's Loving You by The Miracles. Shop Around, You Better Shop Around. That's a great song from the 60s. Tell me tomorrow. Hey, tell me tomorrow. It's all right if you tell me tomorrow. All right, we got what else? What else we got? Okay, I'm looking at these song titles. I'm just not jumping out here. All right, Tell Me Tomorrow. I thought he wrote a lot of songs by that were performed by Diana Ross and the Supremes. But he's a legendary songwriter. Let's hear what happened to him. He is 85 years old, brothers. And he has now been accused in a new lawsuit right here, filed by 4 women of rape. Okay, we're going to read into the lawsuit. Okay. All right, we're going to read into the lawsuit right here. According to we do have a source. This is May 6th, 6:55 p.m. Eastern time. So this is all breaking news, guys. Smokey Robinson accused of sexual assault by 4 women in a new lawsuit. Smokey's been accused of SA by a handful of women. Sheesh. According to a new lawsuit, 4 women who allegedly previously worked for the R&B icon, 85 years old, accused Robinson of sexual battery, assault, false imprisonment, gender violence, and creating a hostile work environment, among other offenses, according to a May 6 complaint filed in the LA County Superior Court. Lawsuits are the new divorce. Sheesh. The women who were reportedly employed as housekeepers. Oh, man, we were just talking about this. Guys, man, you guys got to give me my flowers, man. The Temptations, shout out to the Temptations. He wrote for the Temptations. I was just talking about this. Was this morning about Che Guevara? Maybe yesterday. We were just talking about this. You used to be able to take liberties with the maids. All right, come over here, right here. Rosalind, get over here. I'll give you $50 and a ride home. We were just talking about this. Today, it is different. Guys, it's just different now. What you guys could do to women today, you can't really do that no more. So now, in context, behavior in the past is inexcusable. Now, that's the possible problem here. Okay, it's the problem because do we then take behavior and norms today and apply it? Do we use history and take people that are alive and then say they committed a crime back then? Right? Which was a crime. We're going to read what the crimes were. But it was It was stuff that women could not report and be believed. Was it bad behavior? Was it cooperation? Was it, you let it slide? But I think what we're doing is we're taking a lens from the current lens and applying it to the past. All right, so now we're going to read what it is and see if it's something that he was doing as a criminal act. Was it consensual? What's going on here? I was just talking about this with Che Guevara with the maid thing. Okay, can't fuck Rosalinda, y'all. And Arnold Schwarzenegger, watch out. Yeah, the retroactive imprisonment, all right, which Maury's calling it. Shout out to Maury. The retroactive imprisonment. You're basically just taking current norms of what would be violation and then going back 30 years or however many years. This is not 30 years for him. This is recent. All right, so the women who were also reportedly employed as housekeepers for Smokey Robinson in his Chatsworth, Los Angeles resident claimed that they were forced to leave their job due to the singer's repeated sexual assaults and sexual harassment, adding that his alleged conduct was willful, wanton, I'm not sure what that is, and malicious with a conscious disregard of their rights, privacies, and feelings. USA Today has reached out to reps for Robinson for a comment, and his longtime wife, Frances Robinson, is also named in the lawsuit, with one of the women claiming the singer's spouse had full knowledge of his prior sexual misconduct and failed to take an appropriate corrective action. Okay, let me stop right there. And this is why it's important for us men to be a little bit more progressive on what is consent, what is sexual assault, what is sexual harassment, what is rape. Because a lot of guys are still thinking women are going to be like, they lying. We just going to say they lying. But we now need to know what these are because you guys can get hemmed up at any point. So what is sexual misconduct? Let's see what that is. See, it's difficult. It refers to a broad range of behavior sexually considered unwelcome, inappropriate, or harmful. It encompasses a spectrum of actions, including harassment, sexually, non-consensual sexual contact, and sexual exploitation, which, there it is, sexual exploitation. You have an employee. They are power, right? You have coercion. You have power over them. You're a celebrity. Not only you're a celebrity, you're a legend. You're wealthy and rich. Well, the wealthy and rich used to be able to take liberties. All right. But today, that power dynamic, people have rights now. Women have rights. Just because she's a maid, you don't get the fuck on her. And the reason is, not the reason, you can't just offer them money and do whatever you want to them and use them. Somebody said free use maid. All right, just use her and what is she going to do? She's an illegal immigrant. She's, I'm just assuming. She's an illegal immigrant. She has no rights. She can barely speak English. She probably needs the money. She's lucky to have this job. So now you just have, which could appear consensual, but the woman's going to say, I was exploited. All right. And I didn't have any power in the situation to say no because he was my boss. And it says right here, essentially, misconduct is any behavior that violates a person's consent or uses power, control, or intimidation to harm another person. Okay. It's wanton is cruel. Thank you. I thought it was soup. Okay. So that's where we are with this one. So there's control there and power and in intimidation. So that's where the sexual misconduct is being reported. Additionally, a group of 25 individuals collectively and anonymously referred as does 1 through 25 has also been sued for their alleged involvement in the events and happenings outlined in the woman's account. So they're suing 25 other people. I thought it was 25 other women coming out. It says, women accuses Smokey Robinson of rape and labor abuse. One woman, identified anonymously as Jane Doe 1, alleges in a lawsuit that Robinson raped her numerous times during her employment with the singer, which reportedly lasted from January 23rd, 2023 to February 2024. So this isn't long time ago. This is recent. But this is kind of what I was just talking about. You could, back in the day, do this. All right. Now, doesn't mean it wasn't a crime, but that woman certainly didn't have any power. She didn't have a voice. Nobody had this idea of you use power dynamics, coercion. She could have just been like, hey, I don't have any choice in the matter. I have to keep my job. My mom died. I'm an immigrant. My father works at my husband works at he passes out strawberries by the side of the freeway. Okay. Let's see here. So that's what they're saying. He's been just taking liberties with me. A former employee who allegedly worked on the weekends while the rest of Robinson's staff was off claimed Robinson would often initiate his advances on Saturdays after dropping off his wife, Frances, at the nail salon. Jesus. Do me a favor, man. I gotta check on something real quick. Give me one moment. The Money Mindset 2025. Join us if you are looking to elevate your mindset to the next level and get your financial information and game back to where it needs to be. This is the Blue Chip Mindset on steroids. We have 80 plus episodes from the last 2 years that you missed available via playback. You can get all of those episodes. Also, every live stream on Sunday night with all of our great contributors with subjects, cryptocurrency, investment, Money 101, Money 201. Also, if you're looking to become a social media content creator, this is the group for you. 2 times a month, we give you content creator information about how much money you can make via content creation. What are the most popular forms of content creation coming forward in the next few years, and how you can capitalize on an opportunity to be a content creator. Join patreon.com/Coach Greg Adams to find the Money Mindset link. Let's get our blue chip mindset on. The window is still open. Okay, all right, I have to see someone out. Make sure my maid, no, that was somebody going back to the to Europe. All right. So let's get back to the story, because there is more layers to it. The women are claiming this right here because it is seasons. The former employee also allegedly worked on the weekend, said he would drop off his wife to the nail salon and he would come back and put it up her Duke shoot. Per Doe's account, Robinson would call the woman into his bedroom where he was clothed only in his drawers and subsequently engaged in unwanted kissing and digital penetration of the woman's peace sleeve, as well as forced oral sex and intercourse. She said this pattern of assault occurred at least 7 times during their professional relationship. She goes on to say Doe, quote, would protest and resist his assaults, but to no avail. Okay, but why is she going to his room? So she knows this is going to happen. She sees it. He's cleaning the house. She's like, all right, she's cleaning the house. She's mopping and shit like this, and she's dusting. She goes, come into the room. You walk in there. Yes. You see, Poppy. All right, but we're not making fun of it. It says, in a desperate attempt to get him to stop his sexual assaults, she would proclaim, "You're married," to which he casually ignored. The woman also claimed Frances Robinson was aware of her husband's deviant misconduct, including settling lost cases with other women that suffered and experienced similar patterns of assault perpetrated by him. Here's the problem. The only thing I just think is that I think that this is a tough case to prove, but it harms the reputation of Smokey Robinson significantly. This is why I think these men should not be named in the lawsuit. Okay? The men shouldn't be named in a lawsuit, just like the women. Like, they should file their lawsuit. The burden of proof is on them. All right? The burden of proof is on them. But to drag the reputation of the guy down because we don't know if this is true, I think this should be highly illegal. Okay? This should be highly illegal. Because we don't know. This is a lawsuit. It's just a lawsuit. I'm not saying they making it up, but it's just a lawsuit. She say now that she didn't want to do it. We don't know that. Aside from Robinson's sexual misconduct, the woman alleged that the singer and his wife perpetuated a hostile work environment that included frequent verbal abuse by Francis and a failure to pay proper wages and provide time for breaks. I don't know if you remember, Soulja Boy was just sued for that, okay? There was somebody else that was just sued for that. And this is, again, you're hiring women. First of all, having sex with women that you hire, right? Let's just say he was saying it was consensual. Having sex with women you hire is no longer a thing, man. But Soulja Boy just got caught. Somebody else just got sued for this, all right? He didn't give us proper breaks. All right, going down, it says woman alleges that he raped her nearly 24 times. Another woman accuses Robinson of SA claiming the singer threatened her if she spoke out about the alleged allegations. The woman, identified as Jane Doe number 2, reportedly worked for Robinson and his wife from May 2014 until February 2020. So this is over 10 years ago. From the start of their employment, according to the lawsuit, Doe was repeatedly subjected to Robinson's brutal sexual advances, which allegedly began in the latter half of 2016. The former housekeeper alleges Robinson frequently requested that she meet him alone in various parts of his LA residence, including the singer's bedroom, where he would penetrate Doe's genitals with his fingers, as well as initiate oral sex and intercourse without the woman's consent. This happened at least 23 times, said the singer. Said the singer threatened to make wife Frances be mean to her if she refused to have sex with him. Similar to Doe number 1, the woman also alleges that the couple created a hostile work environment that included verbal abuse and infrequent pay. Now, if I get down to the bottom of this article, and this ninja Tony Busby is at the bottom of this article, I'm not going to be shocked. Don't claim Robinson. Okay, it says who. Okay, we got who is Smokey Robinson here. We should know here. All right, for the young people, you might not know who he is. All right, but wowzers, man. Wow. He said, who did the counting? This is a tough time, guys. This is a tough time for a lot of people. And as I said, lawsuits will be the new divorce. I don't know anything about the situation. Byron Scott's lawsuit absolutely floored me. Because we can say false alligator all we want, but shit, the ninja admitted it. And, well, I didn't know she wasn't 15, but apparently to the lawsuit, a couple of players recognized that this was a high school girl. Okay, this was a high school girl to the point where they're like, nah, nigga, I ain't being seen with that jailbait. They used to call it jailbait. Okay, now we got allegations of maids being treated unfairly and being sexually assaulted because men are out here taking liberties with their employees. Which was something that people did. I'm sorry, man. I mean, I mentioned this before these lawsuits came up. Men used to take liberties with their subordinates. All the way up to secretaries, all the way down to maids. These people were seen as not having human rights and not being someone who could speak up for themselves. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that this was type of thing could be done by many people, numerous people. And I also said men of the 80s and 90s certainly were going after 15 and 16 and 17, 18, 19-year-old young ladies. Those women were highly likely to be willing to do something dumb and quick and quickly discarded. Quickly discarded. So I mentioned that last week, and people thought I was a little bit crazy. But as I also say, all men pay, okay? All men pay. Without a doubt, all men pay. So if you think you are getting it for free, it could be framed any particular way that it's not free. It's not. All right. You can treat subordinates and women that can't speak up and possibly illegal immigrants. You're messing with them and they might feel like, hey, I had to sell some, but I was in a bind. Oh, man. And yes, no aftercare. You're threatening them. You're coercing them. You know, according to the lawsuit, I'm going to tell my wife to treat you like shit. There's no, these women are coming back and making you pay for a vagina that you got and snatched long time ago. Let me see if Tony Busby is behind this lawsuit. Okay, Smokey Robinson, Tony Busby. Because it would not be a shock if they were. Busby. Let me see if he's there. Okay. Okay, somebody is asking if Tony Busby is a part of the case. Yeah, people are asking if he's a part of the case. Like I said, I would not be shocked at all if, in fact, he was part of them because these are the cases that he's been taking here. It didn't mention in the article that he was, so we just don't know. But, gentlemen, we have to really reframe our mindset of what we're doing out here. We do. When it comes to women in Punani, women have got their rights. They got their rights. They have their ability. They're seen as a full, mature adult. In many cases, also, they're seen as a person that is a victim and can't defend themselves. Obviously, with underage girls with the Byron Scott situation, he knew that was wrong. Everybody around there probably knew what was wrong, but they looked the other way, never spoke up, never defended the girl, and that's why she's suing Campbell Hall and Byron Scott. In the case of the maids, got to be careful of what you guys are. You might not consider something to be a misconduct or a crime, but certain things. I tried to school y'all on consent. I tried to school a lot of guys on consent. You guys think these certain things could be not used against you. Even the JUCO. There could be a day these JUCO girls, just like the girls in the Cosby case, the JUCO girls gonna come out and be like, well, them niggas they knew I was broke. They knew I was in a bind. Okay. And I had to do it. And I felt like I had no choice. All right. He left me no choice. There's going to be financial abuse because even with wives, they can do this too. Financial abuse. I couldn't leave because he had the money and I was forced to do X, Y, and Z. This is where women have to deal with their, are you a mature individual that can handle yourself? Or are you a victim? Which one are you? And we have people saying it was repeatedly happening, but they kept showing up to work. How do you defend that? How do you say, why do you keep showing up? Why do you go 23 times? Well, I needed a job. I couldn't get any other job. Right? Is that true? Could they get another job? We know women stay at jobs for a long time because it's hard to go find another job. So if she says, I didn't feel like I could go find another job, I mean, so these phrases, we better brush up to what they are. I know you might not agree with it. Sexual battery, assault, false imprisonment, gender violence, sexual misconduct, hostile work environment. These wanton, whatever that is, and willful malice, disregard for rights, privacy, and feeling. Man, shit, the economy is going to bring out all of these people, bruh. Economy got them. So John Harris is the attorney representing the Jane Doe. Shout out to Leo K. Do we know anything about them? John Harris, attorney. Do we know about, let's see, do we know anything about this guy? I don't want to look his ass up either, right? It says there's one in Las Vegas, but is he in Los Angeles? It was filed in Los Angeles, but I don't know anything about him. So it is not Tony Busby. Now, here's the difficulty. If we can call these women false alligators, opportunists, not really victims. Of course, in the Byron Scott case, we can't say that because he seemingly has admitted it. But let's say the Jane Does in this case. Can they turn sexual or consensual sex into these situations? Yes, it's always he said, she said. But again, they don't have nothing to lose, and Smokey Robinson does. So if it's he said, she said, fine. But the women have nothing to lose. The women have everything to gain. Smokey Robinson has everything to lose. So even though it's he said, she said, and you have to defend yourself, Smokey Robinson loses his reputation. The women don't lose any reputation if they lie or if they're telling the truth. If they lose or win, they win either way. Smokey Robinson does lose either way. So it's hard then to defend these things. And I even think the whole idea of sexual misconduct can be very broad, that almost anything can be misconstrued as that if you take it from a lens of, hey, it's happened 10, 15 years ago. So it happens 10, 15 years ago, but it was misconduct. All right, so who was there? Who has evidence? No videotape, no microphone. There better be messages of her saying, I enjoyed it. If there's no messages and you don't do aftercare and you mistreat people, you could get cooked, okay? You could get cooked, and all of a sudden you're trying to defend yourself. Who's going to have the advantage? The women. Because it is alleged that you're the predator, and it always is better for multiple women to come out against you because that is confirmation. Now you get confirmation. There's not just one, there's several women saying this. And as I always say, yeah, one woman saying something you might be able to put at that fire. But normally when one woman says something, multiple women come out, even if they weren't even a part of the lawsuit, even if they weren't even there. So it might sound like these are very bad lawsuits and representation of Smokey Robinson. And if he did it, guys, let's just be clear. You can't be, it's easy to say you can't be graping women, but we can't be having sexual misconduct with women. You can't. We can't be graping them. You can't be forcing them. I mean, it's a very, very thin line. We showed you this with the rough play and BDSM. It's a thin line between domestic violence and BDSM. It's a thin line between women wanting to be dominated in the sexual harassment or misconduct. Man, he's the latest of many, many men. Oh, by the way, black men in the asterisk continues. Either black men are grapists or black men and their reputation with women is always going to be called in question. Okay, almost inevitably, it seems like, the target for these lawsuits definitely are black men. And you either have to ask the way black men conduct themselves versus possibly some people centering their attacks on black men. There has to be an explanation of this. There has to be an explanation because black men, they're the ones that don't want to pay. They're the ones that think that just because they got a deals nick that women pleasure themselves by, that they can just do this. Now, yes, white men have been doing this as well. So we don't have this, and Jewish men and all. But it seems like the black men are the ones getting targeted. Right? So I don't see. Well, Justin Tucker for the kicker for the Baltimore Ravens, he was the most recent white guy to be targeted for this. So, but black men will always get an asterisk. All right, somebody said all of the above. Is it the way black men conduct themselves that need to change? Because I've been saying that for a long time. The way you conduct yourself you can't do that today. Right? It's not. All right, we got to take a vote here. We're going to take a vote, and I'll go ahead and do the super chats. Okay, we're going to take a vote on this one. All right, Smokey Robinson case. Okay, is this case true? Do you believe the women? I believe the women. I believe I can fly. All right, this is going to be false alligators. This is a psyops. A psyops, meaning that this is an orchestrated event to target black celebrities. And or, let's see here, black men behave bad. Let me see. Bad. Let's see what the poll says. By the way, when did the series end against the Denver Nuggets and the Clippers? I completely missed that. All right, I thought the Clippers had a chance. I thought the Clippers had a chance. Then the Denver Nuggets are in the goddamn next round. I was like, what happened? Did they win or lose? I think they won. They beat OKC. Now OKC is on the ropes. The 2 seed going out, Houston. I know these 1 or 2 seeds were going to be weak. OK City looks tough. But now OK Cities is on the ropes right now with the former champions, if I'm not mistaken. All right, let's see here. Go ahead and vote on what you think, and I'm going to go ahead and do the super chats. We're going to close up shop here. I got some cleanup work to do here. Oh, man. Harden choked. I completely missed Game 7 for the Clippers. I saw Game 6. All right, I don't know. I kind of know where I was, all right, with Game 7. I definitely know where I was.
Where the white women at?
I know what I was.
I am so happy and grateful that the Lord has blessed me to play in some snow.
I was playing in snow, all right? I know what I was doing. All right, I completely missed it. You know, and the Pacers beat the Cavs. Oh, my goodness, the NBA playoffs finally getting fun. The Cavs about to go out. Weak seed. All right, but I know what I was doing. I missed it right here. I had some European snow.
I'm so happy and grateful that the Lord has blessed me to play in some snow.
All right, that's what I was doing.
Where the white women at?
Hey, where the white women at?
All right, anyway, let me get to these super chats. Goodness. Can't vote for 2 things. Can't vote for 2. You got to vote for 1. Got to vote for 1. Right now, it's false allegation, but we got a lot of people saying it's a psyops potentially. And we got a lot of people saying black men behave badly. Black men behave poorly when it comes to sex and women. I think the way black men behave with women is very archaic. It hasn't caught up with the times. We can definitely say that. I'm not pointing at any particular group of black men. You know, you think I'm gonna blame the PUAs. I don't think black men have caught up with the times in behaving sexually with women, because black men have always been easily fingered, for sex crimes. Always. In America for certain, but you can even go into overseas. Black men have always been pointed out. All right, that nigga did it. Ninja. Do I need to play the clip of Rosewood? All right, where, you know what I mean? She was having an affair. Every time I play the clip, I get a copyright, so I don't want to play the clip. But black men, the way they treat sex with women is archaic. It's always free. You know, you don't want to do anything. Give her a Wendy's 4x4. No aftercare. I don't need to care about her. I don't care about her orgasm. Fuck her. She is, you know. The way black men operate with women is like way back. They still talking about pimp. There's still guys right now. There's a guy named Goldie. He's a content creator. He's like perpetrating a pimp and niggas are falling for it. Yeah, that's right, pimp. And I'm like, dude. And no diss to that content creator. But I'm like, bro, are y'all niggas really talking about 70s pimps? Like pimping these girls like it's the 70s and treating. That is so archaic. I don't know how the hell y'all getting away with that. But y'all still running around here talking about pimp. That was cool in the 70s and the 80s and the crack era. But there's no way y'all are big upping pimps in 2025. There's no way you're getting your instructions to handle women by perpetrating pimps. They put no holes on the blade and they talking just, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, come on, bruh. So the way black men are behaving with their reputation with women is completely archaic. And it doesn't work only on broken women. It only works on broken women. I don't care what race the woman is. It's completely broken women. And these niggas be pimping up, big up and pimping and game guys and Max. I'm like, you Negroes are lost when it comes to this. Anybody still doing that shit, bruh? I don't understand it. I don't understand how you go into 2025 and going on pimp. All right, and we know the game. It's so gone. That shit ain't gonna work no more. This is the guy I'm talking about here. This is the guy I'm talking about. Hold on for a second. His name is Young Goldie, which should be, for some reason, y'all want that era to come back so bad. All right, niggas want pimp era to come back so bad. I don't know why, but that shit is dead as a doorknob. It's there. It's so dead. I don't know what niggas are thinking, but it only works on like low quality bitches. And even then, you're going to get yourself in trouble. Let me see here. Let me find that. Where's this viral video? But, you know, people going to say I'm a square and corny. I mean, it's just like, yeah, nigga shit. I don't know. Y'all going to say I'm a square and a corny guy, but let's see here. But dudes will be playing like sugar-free songs, and they, for some reason, they want this shit to come back. They want this era to come back, and these guys be the cream of the crop. Let me see if I can find it. I won't be able to find it. I might have to find it on Twitter or X. Walking. To me, I've seen that era come and go, and it needs to die. It needs to be dead because it is not applicable to most men. Most men will not be able to get away doing shit like that. Only guys on the internet. All right, so this is the video going viral of him walking white women on a leash. Like, and if you hate the game, if you hate the player, don't hate the player, hate the game. Okay, don't hate the game, hate the player. Player hater. Holla, holla, holla. He said pimping ain't dead. Have you heard of sex trafficking? Pimping's dead, bro. I mean, listen, there's people, just because it's dead doesn't mean people ain't doing it. All right, doesn't mean people ain't doing it. I ain't saying people ain't doing it, but fuck. Sorry, but fuck. All right, but look, he's walking these bitches on a leash eating ice cream. Right, come on, nigga, like, yo. Like, bro, I got a reputation, man. There ain't no way in hell. Oh, by the way, Andrew Tate, sex trafficking. All right, so pimping hoes degrees is certainly dead. He said, I prefer more pimps. Hey, type in your zip code. Type your zip code in. All right, you don't even have to tell me where you live. Put your zip code in. put your zip code in the goddamn chat. I prefer pimps. Type your zip code. You don't have to tell me where you live. I'll look it up. Yeah, it's fake. It's completely fake, guys. He paid those girls to do this. We know this. It's completely fake. Like, come on. These girls aren't doing it for free. Them bitches got OnlyFans. It is what it is. All right. If you think pimping's alive, type your zip code in. If you think pimp is alive, so we have Reality. He sounds like a fake pimp. We have another guy who is saying pimping is alive. His name is Rick Man. Type your fucking zip code. Only the people here. All right. So here we go right here. Nah, 923237. Nah, that ain't you. I want those other guys to type their zip code in. Detroit. There we go. Detroit. I called it. Detroit. These are places where nobody wants to fucking live. Right here. He said, oh, he's divorced paying child support. I didn't know that either. He's totally paying a character. All right, who else? Where's the other guy? No, player hating. You player hating. Yeah, right here. No, where's the guy right here? Reality. All right, I got him right here. 48234. 48234. Detroit. Okay, so the two guys that disagree with me are from Detroit. The two guys that disagree with me, both from Detroit. As I motherfucking said, it is not a surprise, gentlemen, Midwestern cities are the most ass backwards fucking city. Guys, you got to leave the Midwest. Guys, if you live in the Midwest, you got to leave. Like, I'm just saying, take a vacation. Take a fucking vacation from the Midwest. That includes Cleveland, Dallas, Detroit, Milwaukee, Chicago, and Indianapolis. If you live in any of those cities, you have to take a break from those cities because y'all niggas still going to taverns and hole-in-the-wall nightclubs, and that's your fucking life. Guys, trust me, I'm from those cities. I've lived in those cities. Those cities are ass backwards. What happens in those cities does not happen in the rest of the country. You got to leave. Take your fucking Cadillac and drive out of the cities. Get out of that fucking snow. Get out of those smoke-filled bars. Get out of that archaic Rust Belt. Get out of them goddamn cities that are absolutely collapsing due to NAFTA and all the car industry has been wiped out. So you niggas got to do pimping. Get rid of those fucking cities. Get out of Detroit. Leave and go to civilization so you can realize how to live a regular goddamn life. Okay? Because Milwaukee, Detroit, these are fucking ass backwards towns, bruh. And only a few niggas live in a spot like this, and the rest of them are country ass white people. You live in a fucking hole. Them places do not represent the rest of the world or the country. But because you niggas don't take your Cadillac 20 miles outside of Detroit, you niggas think Detroit, the rest of the goddamn world operates like Detroit. These places are shitholes. These places are shitholes. They've been shitholes for 40 years. Trust me on this one. I got experience with these cities. Now, because they building a little fucking downtown, you niggas think, oh, wow. I heard niggas saying Cleveland gonna be the new New York. If you don't get the fuck out of here, because y'all niggas built the downtown next to a basketball arena with that shitty ass downtown, because y'all niggas didn't have a downtown for 40 years. These places are shitholes. They don't represent no goddamn. Niggas get a downtown and they think they fixing to be New York. Hey, it's coming back. Nigga, the rest of the world been already moving. Right? Cleveland, the new New York. Look at it. They have a goddamn light on the side of the building. Look at the vibrant downtown. Well, this shit been a shithole for 40 years. Come on, man. It's coming back. It should come back because it was shitty for 40 years. From 1980 to 2020, you were going to get killed in this city. So if you live in goddamn Detroit, please do not tell me pimping is alive. In Detroit. In Detroit. Detroit. Man, it is crazy, bruh. I mean, come on, bruh. Would you guys get out of that little fishbowl you're in? You're in a fishbowl. You're in a fishbowl in Detroit. You're in a fishbowl in Milwaukee. You're in a fishbowl in Chicago. You niggas don't even do shit outside of the city limits of Southside Chicago. You don't even go to where the white people are because they run your motherfucking ass out of town. All them people at the University of Chicago will run your bitch ass niggas out of town. They let y'all shoot each other up in Chirac. Let y'all go slightly outside and get over there. They will run you niggas straight up out of town. Same thing in Detroit. Stay over there in 5 to 8 Mile. Let y'all niggas go all the way outside of Detroit. They're going to run you niggas clear out of the whole area. You niggas don't even have fresh water in Flint, Michigan, and you're telling me Detroit pimping is back. Pimping ain't dead. It's Detroit. It's Flint. Nigga, get some clean water, bruh. Get some clean fucking water. You can't even get clean water, but you're telling me we're doing pimping. We're still doing pimping. Get out of these shitholes. Yeah, these Democrat-run shitholes. These places are terrible places, bro. These are not good places. I don't care what your downtown's doing. It's thriving. Look at, let me do this shit. He said, you on University of Chicago near the hood. And guess what? Take your ass on UFC campus and see what the fuck happens to you. Hold on for a second. Let's see here. Dirty ass water and telling me about pimping. Come on, bro. I mean, how do we justify this shit? How do we justify this ridiculous mindset? It's a ridiculous mindset. Niggas can't even get their grandma, their dead grandma still has title on their fucking house. Look at this shit, bruh. $55,000 to buy a goddamn 3-bedroom. Look at this shit, bruh. Look at it, bruh. $55,000 houses in Detroit. $55K. Show me anywhere worth living that you could buy a house for $55,000. 152. 75,000. 129. 79. Nigga, please. Nigga, is this above the corner store? Bruh. Show me anywhere worth living you could buy a house for $79K. In 2025. All right, look at this shit. All these old ass houses, ramshackle, boarded up, crack houses and shit next door, $75K. Ain't nobody want to live in this motherfucker. So pimping is dead as a goddamn doorknob, just like the real estate there. 99. And don't tell me this shit going up anytime soon. Hey, this shit ain't going up. All right, this gonna go up in the future. No, it ain't. It's too many niggas that live around there. And there's too many niggas that live around here. There's too many pimps living next door. $89K, full basement, home office. This is why pimping is still alive in this city, bro. These are good deals. If I was selling real estate in this city, I would be broker than a goddamn joke. What's the commission on $73,000 house? I got cars worth more than these houses. I got cars worth more than these houses. All right, come on, man. Pimping ain't dead in Detroit. All right, I'm about to scoop up a bunch of these deals. 64,000. Wow. Wow, 64K, man. I got to check out this fucking neighborhood. Oh, shit. It's a furnace down there. Is that a furnace? All right, hold up. All right. Is that a furnace? Nigga, I'm going to be lighting the furnace. Oh, shit. I'm about to blow up the whole house, man. I'm about to blow up the whole house. All right, hold up for a second. Here we go. Niggas is mad as hell at me right here. All right, $59,000. 10,000 price cut. They can't even sell this shit. They can't even sell it at 69. They can't even sell this shit at 59K. Oh my goodness, Ninja.
Oh, the humanity.
Yo, fuck that, bruh. Look at this is the garage. Look at this goddamn garage. Look at this garage. Hey, pimping guys, do you live here, fam? Do y'all live in this ramshackle shit? I bet you don't own it. I bet you it's still in your dead grandmama's name. I bet you murder scenes. People have been murdered in these goddamn houses. People have been murdered in these garages, bruh. Okay, that looks good. Oh my goodness, Ninja.
Oh, the humanity.
Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Bruh, who decided? Where's the fucking rail on the other side here, bruh? And who decided to paint this shit?
Oh, the humanity.
He said there's a cutlass in there. You know how many people died in this fucking house? That's why they can't sell it. Nobody, people have died in this house. He said, if you paying, it's pimping. No, it ain't. We got renegades out here, sir. We ain't paying no pimps. Pimps ain't get paid. Look at this shit right here, bro. This is Detroit. Oh, where did it go? Let me slide down in here. Anton Daniels going ham right now. Anton Daniels losing his mind. Oh, I messed up and fucked around and lost it. 179. Look at this goddamn house. When was this house built? Spacious bedrooms. Five bedrooms, one goddamn bathroom. Five beds, one bath. Knock this shit down. Knock it down. Regentrify this whole shit. Gentrify this shit. Five bed, one bath. Ain't no way you can sell this shit for $179 in Detroit with the pimping. This is where the pimping keep his hoes. That you can't do that, bro. That ain't even sellable. You can't sell that shit. All right. Oh, Lord. All right, please let me click on this shit. 1,600 square feet. When was this fucking house built? 1921? 1915. This is what I told you. I told you they ass backwards. Ass backwards. These niggas think this is reality out here. They think this is reality, pimping. The pimping's still alive. 1915, you're going to sell me a house for $179. How long has this motherfucker been on the... Let me see how long has this shit been on the goddamn list. How long has this been? I guarantee you I see 550 days. 4 days. Shocker. All right, 4 days. How long has this been on the MLS? The pip is still alive. The pip is still alive. All right, we gonna have to. This shit is nice brick though. That shit ain't coming down. All brick. All brick. Hey, somebody. Hey, this is a good ass deal, bruh. All right. Anyway. All right. Anyway. All right. Detroit got wrecked today, but this is where they say the pip is still alive. Somebody said it said HOA. Oh my God. All right. HOA. Oh Lord. Oh, the inside is lit though. Look at the inside. They definitely rehabbed this shit. Whoever I'm talking shit about, they cleared this up. They trying to flippity flip this house. Look at this cabinet, bruh. Leaning to the side in my funky ass ride with the OG gangster glide. Y'all need to paint the outside of that beach. You need to paint the outside of that shit. He trying to flip this shit. All right, not even the Mexicans did the work on this one. They trying to flip this shit. Oh my Lord, Jesus.
Oh, the humanity.
Cobwebs. Look at all these goddamn cobs and spider webs down there. You know the electrical on this shit is fucked up. You know the electrical on this is outdated. Ninja, you gonna plug one Christmas light in and kaboom.
Look what she did to my car. Look at this kid did to my car. I can't stand this hoe. I can't stand this bitch. Fuck this bitch.
Electrical gonna get set the fuck on fire, bruh. All right, yo, bruh, you blowing this shit up. All right, do not get. Yo. All right, hold up. Whoever trying to flip this house gonna email me like, nigga, you doing me a disservice. Or maybe I'll sell the house for him. I'm gonna sell the house to him. Your bill gonna be sky motherfucking high. And by the way, you can't put no solar panels on this bitch. No solar panel, no Bluetooth, no internet, nothing. All right, you ain't putting no updated shit on none of this shit. You gonna be like, yeah, can I get an internet little plug right here? You got to redo the whole electrical, bruh. You can only turn 2 lights on at one time. Yeah. You cannot run. I couldn't run my computer in this house. Shit going up in flames. But this is where the pippin is alive. Wowzers. And listen, 5 bedroom, 1 bath. I know a little bit about real estate, just a little bit. You cannot sell a 5 bedroom, 1 bathroom house. You cannot. You can't sell that house, bro. I'm not gonna live in that house. I got a family of 5, and there's one place to take a shit. All right. You can't even put a new shower. Where's the bathroom of this house? Let me see the fucking bathrooms. All right. They ain't got no pictures of the bathrooms. Nope. They don't. Oh, there they go right here. All right. I do see it. All right. Now, 1 shitter and 1 toilet. No, sir. No, sir. And this is where you hide dead bodies. Oh, no. It looks good, though. It looks good. Somebody got to take a shit and somebody got to take a shower at the same time. Imagine all the people just standing outside holding a piss like a group home. That'd be a good group home. Whew. He said no shower head. Whew. Only baths. Damn, you can only take a bath. Oh, my Lord. Oh, there is a shower head. Oh, it doesn't have a shower head. Oh, fuck. I can't even put no goddamn curtains up on here, bruh. Yeah, this definitely a halfway house shit. Group home. Okay, anyway. Let's get back to this. Shout out to everybody. Detroit, I love you. Detroit, I love y'all. Trust me. Did I get Dr. Love? He says, Dr. Love says, this is for being absent the last 2 weeks. Coach, the guy on Sunshine's shoulder, said that he was apprehended at the border re-entering the Philippines from the U.S. because some of his YouTube viewers were making false allegations against him. Has this happened to you or any other content creator? Shout out to Sunshine's Shoulders. All right. Apparently, I know he was in the Philippines, and I know he went back to America I don't know what the reason was. I saw him making a lot of videos about it, and I didn't really take a look at it. So he's been going back to the Philippines, and who was making the videos about, I mean, somebody who was making the allegations against him. Wow. Man, people really be hating. All right. Really, people really be hating on YouTubers. Shout out to you. That's a sponsorship. Wow. Man, that's terrible for Sunshine Shoulders. Shout out to Justin O. My coworker is a 33-year-old Korean woman. While I was working, she had her hands inside of my shirt. Is that a sexual assault? That's one of the other problems with sexual assault, is that men rarely can claim they were sexually assaulted. Men aren't tend to be believed when they are sexually assaulted. All right, let's see here. All right, what's going on here? Goodness, somebody sent me a clip. Now they put a virus on my computer. Devin Morgan, shout out to you. All right, you're going to put a virus on my computer? So it is sexual assault, but see, men cannot be sexually assaulted, really, because we're typically going to have a power dynamic and this type of thing. Or we should have liked it. Okay, you should have liked it. He says, I honestly believe these allegations of sexual misconduct need to be held in a criminal court. This raises the burden of proof and removes the incentive of monetary gain. This is true. I believe they need to be held in a criminal court case too. But you know, it's crazy. How long ago was it? I don't know. That's a good question. No government name SD. Coach, I visited my friends in Ohio, and their club was inside a shopping center next to a grocery store. You're right. The Midwest is different. The Midwest is way different, guys. Like they have nightclubs and taverns. Let me see something here. Watch this. Let's see here. And let me see if I can find this video. I can't find this video. Like where they party, and like I know downtown is gonna have some different shit. But when you go off outside of downtown and you see how people be partying, and you just be like, whoa. That's if you come from a big city. If you come from a big city and you see how people go. Like I remember I was in Milwaukee, and I had some family members in Milwaukee. And they was like, yo, we going to this spot. And I was like, where is it? You know what I mean? And they was like, we going here. And I looked it up, and I said, hell no. I am not going to that spot. Hell to the motherfucking no, bro. They be having some spotty ass shit. Did you see that guy? I guess there was a guy recently. He owned a restaurant, and some niggas shot it up. They shot people all up in the damn restaurant. It's different, man. It is different. It's just different. In the South, when I lived in Baton Rouge, somebody told me, they was like, go to this nightclub. It's a club. And I went to this club in Baton Rouge. And I swear I walked up to it. I was like, is this somebody's house? Is this where C Murder got locked up? I went to this club. We went in the club, and I was like early and shit. I was like, all right, I'm a little bit early. And they was like, oh, we got some gumbo over here. I was like, gumbo? In the club? Y'all have gumbo in the club. I'm at a place that looks like somebody's house. Y'all calling this a club. And they refigured and reconfigured everything, and they put sofas and chairs and shit, and it smelled like chicken grease. Like it smelled like 8-year-old chicken grease. Like niggas was still cooking on the old same chicken grease. That's what it smelled like. It smelled like niggas was cooking chicken in there for the last 8 years on the same grease. Like I was just like, oh shit. And it was like, you want some gumbo? I was like, oh. Right? I was like, yo, And then they have fucking them styrofoam cups. I was eating gumbo out of a styrofoam cup at a club in Baton Rouge. I was like, I wasn't ready. I was not ready for club life in Baton Rouge. I was like, I need to leave here. C Murder's going to show up and just shoot everybody at this point. He's going to get out. All right. In the styrofoam cup. I was like, I was like, man, this is some wild shit. I better leave before 8:30, 9 o'clock. Somebody getting shot. Somebody's getting shot. And yes, the gumbo was very good. The gumbo was very good. All right. I'm going to tell you, man. The gumbo was on point. But I was still tripping that they had gumbo in the styrofoam cup at the club. All right. It's like, whoa. All right. It was very good gumbo. It was some great gumbo. But I was like, you don't see this in Los Angeles. You don't see this in New York. You don't see this in Chicago. This is interesting. All right. But anyway, that's what you normally see. Shout out to No Government MSD. He says, you're right. The Midwest is just different. All right. Kevin Sullivan says, Coach, there's a story about a soccer player, Marcus Thurman, that just popped up for SA. International Ninjas got to allegedly. Marcus Thurman. Man, it's tough. Marcus Thurman getting got. Or is it Thurman? Oh, it's Thurman. I had it wrong. Marcus Thurman, serious domestic violence allegations. So domestic violence could be with anybody in the house, a grandmama, his mama, a wife, children. So we don't know who it is. It stems from ex-girlfriend. There you go. Oh, and his ex-girlfriend's name is Charlotte Lavish. Sounds like a skeezer. Sounds like a skeezer. Charlotte Lavish. I just know she a IG model. Booty model. Not a surprise. Not a surprise. We need to stop messing with these skeezoids. We need to stop making girlfriends out of skeezers. So this is the woman that has the domestic violation against an international soccer player. This woman got her whole titties out. All right, damn, she got her titties out. Them some chocolatey titties right there, boy. Charlotte Lavish. Yep. Turner holds the housewives. Shout out to our brother Macaroni Tony. Says Smokey got a CVS receipt list of hits. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame created The Quiet Storm, etc. All the ladies loved him, and Billy D. Williams. Yep, that's what it used to be, brothers. Not anymore. Not anymore. Shout out to Joshua Moon. I said Cleveland would be New York when I was a teen. How did that turn out? Joshua Moon says 5-bedroom, 1-bath built in 1950. 1915, Coach, chill. She said Punani. Yes, allegedly she probably does. All right, that definitely is a 304 name. Oh, she has a website. Cleveland is the new New York. Oh, wow. Wow. Her website is crazy, fam. And she's an OnlyFans girl. Okay, I mean, she's an OnlyFans girl. I can't show this on YouTube. But you guys can look it up. All right. I can't show it on YouTube. What her website looking like. Whoa. All right. She is Stack Brick House. All right. She's mate. She letting it all hang out. All right. So this guy's got a domestic violence. His name is Marcus Thurman. He's a football player over in, where's he playing? She's a prawn star. So there it is right there. His ex-girlfriend, which is a prawn star. See, I mean, how can we feel bad? How can we feel bad? Yeah. Her body is something else. All right. Yeah, it's something else. And somebody said, show you on Locals. And I'll do it now. We'll do it live. I'll pop it over on Locals. Screenshot. Here we go right here. I'll post it for you right now. This is the girl. We'll put her website up. Y'all niggas gonna go over there and join too. Y'all niggas gonna go over there and join. Yes, y'all is. Yes, y'all is. She probably make she probably makes decent money on these websites. Does she have a pimp? Hey, Detroit guys, does she have a pimp? Young Billionaire says the first 48 on the 500th season in the Midwest. Yes, the first 48, always in the Midwest. Always in the Midwest or Miami. First 48, Oklahoma City. All right. First 48, Chicago. First 48, Indianapolis. First 48. I encourage you, gentlemen, like if you live in the Midwest and you grew up in the Midwest, and no shade to the United States. I love the United States. I've lived in every region of the United States, so no shade. But, Memphis, first 48. Tulsa, first 48. I've been to every city, every major city in the United States. If you look at the top 25 cities, I've been to almost all of them. I've been to 49 of the 50 states. I've been to every major city. I've been to small towns. I've been to the East Coast and the West Coast. I lived in every time zone. I lived in every region. So I know what I'm talking about. You got to get out of the Midwest. The Midwest is clouding your judgment. Okay, it is clouding your whole experience. And I'm going to just say, anywhere you're from, you should leave it so you have a real understanding of the representation of the United States. The United States is a very large country in terms of space. Like, the United States can fit in Europe, in which you guys know Europe is made up of many, many countries, in which when people go to Europe, they basically be like, oh, I'm well-traveled. I'm like, you're not really, because most of your travel was all of these fucking European countries. All right? It's all of these European countries. I've been to 50 countries, pretty much all of Europe. Like, you haven't done much travel. You haven't done nothing but 3,500 miles of traveling, and you've been to 50 countries. And that includes the Northern African countries. Like, y'all, niggas be saying they're well-traveled because they can just count countries from Europe. Now, if the United States, if every state was its own country, we would be just as well-traveled. All right, 50 states, same landmass or similar. All right, so, but I've been to all 49 states. I'm well-traveled, but they don't count it. Well, that's different. You still didn't leave the United States. I'm like, 49 states is not traveling? But with that being said, guys, you can't fool me. I've been to all these places, and I've been to all of these places multiple times. Okay? You got to leave your area because you can get a misunderstanding of all of these cities, all of the country. Because you think your city operates like every other city, and they're completely different. Like, when I go from one city to the next, everything operates differently. Like Seattle, Washington, you think you're going to get the same experience in Seattle, Washington as you will in Mobile, Alabama. It's going to be it's like two different countries. Seattle, Washington, and Mobile, Alabama are two different countries. You might as well just call them two different groups of people. They are not the same people. You think Salt Lake City in Detroit, you're getting the same country, you're getting the same experience you're not getting the same experience. That's the same as you live in the United Kingdom versus Croatia. Completely different language, completely different experience, completely different mindset, completely different weather. Everything's absolutely Denver. Everything's absolutely different. So same thing as California to New Mexico, completely different experience. So, that's the thing is we all think we're part of the United States and getting the same experience. You're not. It's not even close. Shout out to the truckers. and leave the country. Because, I mean, you know, that's why dudes be like, pimping is still in effect. I'm like, in Detroit, right? In Detroit, go somewhere else with that shit. Not even close. All right, not even close. Go get a reality check. Take your Cadillac and take it down the goddamn freeway, all right, and see what happens. Just go to the white areas. Just go to the white cities. Go to Wyoming. Go to Wyoming. Go to Rock Springs, Wyoming, and tell me pimping is still alive. Take your pimping game to Rock Springs, Wyoming. It's dead. You're not going to take that game to Rock Springs, Wyoming. It ain't even the same shit. Go take your tribe of hoes to Rock Springs, Wyoming, and see what happens. You're going to fall flat on your face. You're going to go broke. You're going to go broke. That shit is not. He said from Cicero to Figueroa. Again, one of the choices, do black men behave bad? Black men are stuck in a time warp, and they only go to time warp cities. They go from Chicago to LA. And when they go to LA, they go to Watts and South Central. They don't go to Manhattan Beach and Marina Del Rey. They don't do it. Them niggas go to nigga areas and tell me it's the same. Then they go from LA to Birmingham. Then they go to Birmingham to Jackson, to the nigga areas. And then they go from Jackson to Milwaukee, to the nigga areas, acting like it's the same thing. Then they go to the nigga areas from Milwaukee to Gary. Nigga areas. Then they'll go to Gary to Atlanta, nigga areas. Then they will tell me it's the same. Go outside the nigga areas. Go outside of Nickerson Garden and see what the fuck happens to you. You'll get slapped the fuck down. It's not real life. You don't live, you live in a small fishbowl. It's not the same life. You're not living the same life. Go to Laguna Beach with the pimping and see what happens. You're going to get slapped the fuck down. They go to LA, Nickerson Goddards to Memphis. Same nigga areas. Memphis to Tupelo, nigga areas. It is not the real world. You live in a fucking fishbowl. They'll go to Roscoe Chicken and Waffles in Chicago, and they'll go to LA, the same Roscoe's. All right? This is how life works. It's sad, bro. Black men behave like shit. It's terrible. And then they stuck there with the same goofy ass niggas that were in Nickerson Gardens, the same goofy ass niggas in Memphis. Right. It is insane, the people that live this life. I'm like, dude, you living your life like this, like terrible, bruh. Terrible. Go to any civilized area and see what happens to you. You're getting arrested and thrown in there for motherfucking life. Okay? You're getting arrested. For life. Then want to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. Nigga, you live in Fried Chickenville. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Shout out to our brother H Everyday 30. Nigga, this is some long shit, but you are right now sponsoring the show. Shout out to our brother 38 years later, bruh. It's obviously they think you ninjas are stupid and these tramps know it. Magic, HIV, Byron Scott, Grape, next AC Green gonna get hit with white slavery. From the 80s, Shaq got money and he's a target. Yeah, he is a target if he's still doing stupid-ish. But he did some in the past. But Shaq came out and apologized for his past. I'll remind you of that. He says right here, like buying lowriders to impress who? Ninja, watch yourself. You saying be scared. Not saying be scared, but not take risks. But you need counsel from wise men. Money doesn't make you smart or change the rules, or ego won't stop a bitch from taking your ish. Rich ninjas don't listen either. Indeed. Indeed. Shout out to you. And Shaq came out and apologized for his past behaviors, which at the time he did it, I said, he's getting ahead of me too. He's getting ahead of me too. So he came out and openly bend the knee and kiss the nanny goat. And that was right after or before he signed that big contract. And I said, he's getting ahead of the me too. Because he knows he was doing some shit too. Imagine dragging clothes down a flight of stairs in your home. F that and F in snow 8 feet outside on a work day. Great segment on homes. Do this every day for sure. All right, do this every day. We should just go from city to city. Our brother here, Puck, says Ohio cities are trash, full of drug addicts, nothing to do, crime, terrible places to eat and go out, horrible dating. My dad escaped in the 80s and told me to never go back there. No. He says, now I know what he meant. It is a small mindset. It's a small mindset. But a lot of people are they're comfortable in these situations. So they don't want to. They don't want to go outside of these cities. They're comfortable there. And they have a name there. Like these men have a name in Detroit. They'd be like, I'm living in Detroit. All right. I've been living here for 40 years. I'm the man here. All right. And they go to Phoenix. They're nothing. Okay. They're a nobody. Like guys don't want to go from Detroit where niggas know them to go to Phoenix where they're a nobody. And you got to operate under the white folks' laws. See, in Detroit, I don't know if you guys know in the middle city, in the Midwest, because I used to live there. In the Midwest, you can live in Detroit, Milwaukee, Cleveland, Chicago, St. Louis. You can live in these Tulsa. You can live in nigga areas and never leave nigga areas. You can just live there and let them Democratic aldermen and them Democratic nigga politicians save you from the rest of the state, which is overwhelmingly Republican. Overwhelmingly. The only exception is Illinois. The rest of the state, 20 miles outside of nigga areas where they got y'all literally locked in a goddamn headlock over there. All right, you can't even leave these areas. You can't buy a house outside these areas. You go 20 miles outside of these nigga areas where they lock your ass in at Martin Luther King and Marshall High School, all right, and George Washington High School. Shout out to the Purge Golders. You can't even live outside of them areas, them motherfuckers. And see, the Midwest, I said, is the most racist, the most openly racist areas in America. And I said this before 2020, before Minnesota went up in flames. And people flame me for it. I said it beforehand. Y'all think it's the South. It's the Midwest. And this is why. The Midwest has ethnic people. More ethnic people, and they have historical ethnicities, meaning that there's Polish, Russian, historically Polish, historically Russian, historically German, historically these areas, you can't even move in that motherfucker. Like you can't go move to Germantown. You never can move to Germantown. You can't just be like, I'm gonna move to Germantown. You can't. That's Germantown. They got it locked down. Okay. You ain't moving to that motherfucker. You gonna be out there sticking out like a sore thumb. You better hope they move and make a whole new community out in Brown Deer. But you can't move to these ethnic cities and who have historic segregation and racism. They are not, and they got mad. Them people been there for years and centuries. They got it locked. You ain't going to their school. That's Germantown, bruh. And they've been living there under their own shit and protecting their own people and watching their own community for decades. You ain't going to Cicero. You're going to get pushed the fuck out of there. So that's the difference. And then what you're going to lead, that's your own experience being in this segregation. All right. And then you go to a big city like Phoenix and it's wide open. It's somewhat more wide open. Yep. Sundown towns. It's somewhat more wide open. They have segregation a little bit. But you can kind of just move where you want to. You can live in Queen Creek. You can live in Scottsdale. You can live over there. You can just move around. And it's wide open. So this is, you know what? This is where you guys understand that this is how it works in the Midwest. This is how it works in the Midwest. And dude, you cannot get around that. You You can't get around that. Yep. In LA, in Southern California, they got Fountain Valley. They got Garden Grove. Completely segregated. Like, you ain't going to go in there and change up shit. It is completely different. So, when you go with that small-minded shit where, you're part of a world that's only yay big, but you think it's a big world, it's a small world, man. You live in a small fishbowl. You live in a small fishbowl. You live in a small fishbowl. It's a small fishbowl. It is not the real world. Yeah. Yep, the Italians, the Irish areas, you're not moving in their spot. Them young boys come with them flat hats and they will move you up off the block. And don't think you're just going to just date their daughters. It is just a different world. And there's so many uneducated people in these areas, uneducated people. These are some of the worst school districts you will ever find. Completely uneducated, and they got generations of people that sit on the porch and stoop all day, walking around on the streets. It is sad as fuck, bro. It is sad as fuck. You go to these areas in the middle of the fucking day, niggas just walking up and down the street. And I'm not talking about the sidewalk. I'm talking about in the middle of the fucking street on a Wednesday at 2 p.m. with nothing to do. No jobs, no future. Some of these niggas is carrying AK-47s, just walking around shooting people and bullying people and intimidating people with their pants hanging off right in the middle of the day. Grown, full, able-bodied working adults going down to that fucking corner store with the Arab. All right. It is like, you just ain't going nowhere, bruh. You be like, wow. You're like, this place is a trip. I went to Rochester, New York, and it was just like that. I went to Rochester, New York. And I got to Rochester. I'm going to watch this girls basketball recruit that I'm going to go watch. I went to Rochester, New York. I left Long Island, New York. I drove up through Orange County. I drove up through Westchester, through Poughkeepsie, all the way through goddamn Binghamton, Syracuse. I'm driving my ass off through Country Town, White Plains, New York, farmland and shit as far as the eye can motherfucking see. I'm getting up to Rochester thinking it's a civilized town. I get to Rochester's and this nigga's walking around aimlessly nowhere in the middle of the street. Like, what? Playing loud ass music, nowhere to fucking go. I was like, where the hell am I? Where am I at? This is the wildest shit I've ever seen. I was like, this is anarchy. This is a not civilized city, bruh. Right? What is this shit? Niggas just walking around, crossing the street, walking in the middle of the street. Like, what? I live in the suburbs. I'm in Long Island. Like, what? This is crazy. I was like, man, I ain't never seen no shit like this in decades. These people had nothing to do, all right? And Pippin was in full effect right there, bruh. That was crazy. I was like, this is a scary ass city. This is a scary city. Man, I'm like, yo. And I didn't realize there was niggas up there. I was like, yo, this is crazy. I never realized there was a lot of black people up there. I had no clue. Because I'm driving through farmland. I'm driving through the middle of New York. I didn't see no black people since I left Staten Island. I saw the last black people I saw, I was in Coney Island. Right? Then I'm driving up the whole New York. Poughkeepsie, I didn't see no black people till I got to Rochester. And I was like, huh? I was like, what are we doing? I was like, what is going on? Did they drop off niggas in the slave? Is these the people from the Underground Railroad? What happened? Who dropped these people off? How did these ninjas get up here? All right, anyway. Yeah, they lead the wowzers. So anyway, shout out to everybody. I was shocked. I was flabbergasted. I was like, and somebody said Buffalo is the same thing. I was like, man, I didn't realize Brothers was up here. Shout out to The Rock. He said kicking bottle caps, selling dope. All right, it was a mess. Shout out to Hombre Lobo. Hey, coach, I'm turning the big 5-0 in December and was planning to go into Egypt to see the pyramids finally, but was told it wouldn't be a good choice over Colombia and Brazil. But which one is the best choice? Your honest take, please. Well, Egypt is going to be a completely different experience than Colombia in Brazil. Completely different experience. So you're going to see culture and history and going to get finessed by Egyptian taxi drivers. All right. Them niggas is about to finesse you out your goddamn pockets. All right. So I don't know. Colombia and Brazil don't have any of this. So I don't know what you're going to see there. I would go to Egypt just for the culture. But if you're going for the hoes, you're going for the wrong reasons. Don't go for hoes to Egypt. I mean, they're going to be there. You could go to Morocco for hoes, but it could be expensive hoes too. They're going to be beautiful. Egypt is not the place. All right. So you're comparing, places where you're going to have fun and party, and Egypt ain't it. That's not the place where you're going to really go have fun and party comparatively to Colombia and Brazil. I would go to Egypt for the experience and to see the history. The pyramids are not very close to where you're going to be. You're going to have to trek out there and move differently. But Egypt for the culture. All right, for the women, Colombia and Brazil, you can't lose. Colombia is going to have the better looking women, but meaning like if you like bizarrely built women, like beautiful women, but Brazil is going to have a different type of woman who are going to be equally as beautiful. I like Brazil, but Colombia is, a lot of people say a lot of good things about them, about there. Just go to go to Egypt for the culture, right? And you'll only need to go a couple times, maybe once. Shit. Shout out to OTOBO says, there was one time when I was working at a former job and a 56-year-old broad put her tits on my face. I didn't report it because they would not have believed me. It's an evil world we live in.
It's an evil world we live in.
Sheesh. Yeah, women can sexually assault men. That's what it is. That's the sad part, is because when the women get sexually assaulted, they're the victim. Oh my God. But when men get sexually assaulted, nothing happens. Can you explain why Mitches who come from bad or poor areas think it's a flex that their parents failed them? They'll say they don't need all that, yet they've never even seen the bare minimum of life, like safety and a decent father or a mother. They're a living L, and they don't know any better. So I kind of take it easy on explaining these situations and denigrating these areas because they don't know any better. They should know better, but they don't know any better because we have the internet. We have the internet, but they don't know any better on 28th and Burleigh. Black Boss says, Coach, if you think the clubhouse was shabby, I got 2 tickets in town outside of Dothan, Alabama. The courthouse was a small 24 by 20 building, and they had one of them Coleman travel trailers as a judge's quarter in the back. In the end, I didn't feel bad paying my ticket. That was the clubhouse in Dothan. Goodness. Oh, my goodness. Dothan, Alabama. That sounds like where that woman was that said she saw the kid, right? Okay. He says, okay, here we go right here. Shout out to No Government Name. As an American who's worked and lived in 8 countries and still live overseas, Americans, especially Bamas and Ninjas, they don't realize how lazy, terrible, and ignorant and arrogant they are. Since you've traveled a lot too, did you come to have a similar opinion? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I lived in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Let me tell you, man, these people don't move. They don't move. They don't travel. They don't get to, their life is their life right where they are. And there's nothing wrong with it. They just are ignorant, meaning that ignorant means without knowledge. You don't have the knowledge. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It doesn't mean that you're dumb. You just don't have information and knowledge. So you tend to operate like that and get stuck. You get stuck like that. And so since they get stuck like that and their parents don't travel for whatever reasons, it could be, but they get stuck in these situations. So it's just ignorance. It's just ignorance. And all races of people have ignorance. All right. I know people in small towns in Wyoming. They just as ignorant. They're just as ignorant. All right. They don't move. They don't leave. That's all they know. They're comfortable with it. And whether good or bad, you can't tell them any different. All right. But I think one of the worst things you can do in this life is get stuck, not moving around and experiencing other areas. Because I've been humbled by just travel. That's why my book, The Free Agent Lifestyle, encourages you to travel. Travel alone has opened up my entire mindset. Now, I find myself arguing with people who haven't traveled. There's nothing worse than arguing with people who haven't traveled. There's nothing worse than a person who has traveled. I'm just talking about, nigga, from the subway, from one city to the next. There's nothing worse than talking about information and perspective than a person who has traveled talking to a person who has not traveled. This is going to be one of the most frustrating conversations you're going to ever have. You just be like, oh, okay. They just don't have perspective and they're ignorant. They're ignorant. They're without information and knowledge. So they're going to be completely like tunnel vision on what happens in their neck of the woods versus a person that can consider all the areas and come and draw an opinion. All right, I've seen a lot. I can draw an opinion. All right, but when people are ignorant, you can't have a discussion with them. It's just like, oh my God. And elsewhere up in the mountain, you don't know about where I live. Okay, I've been where you lived. I've seen it. All right, I've seen it. It ain't nothing to fucking write home about. You live in a podunk town. Your fucking place where you live, if that's your perspective, you are going to live in ignorance for a long goddamn time. All right, it's sad. It's sad, but it is a reality. It is a reality. And a lot of people are scared. You know, they're scared to move around. They're creatures of comfort. Their people ain't never left their backyard. 20% of Americans have never left their state. 11% of Americans have never left their state. I got to get in the showers. It says 11% of Americans have never left their state. Okay. So that's a significant group of people that have never left the state they were born in. Right? So you're going, whoa. Okay. Percentage of Americans that have never been on a plane. 13% of Americans have never got on an airplane. I've flown hundreds of times. I can't even count how many times I've flown on a plane. I can't even count. Okay. I can't even count the amount of people, the amount of planes that I've taken. I can't even count. It's even, I don't even know. But 13% of Americans have never been on a plane. All right. And then the percentage of Americans that have never been out of the United States of America, 40%. 40% of Americans have never been outside of the United States of America. When I say there are a lot of Americans are ignorant, they're ignorant. It's true. They're ignorant. They're without knowledge. They don't know shit. They ain't seen shit. They ain't been nowhere. And most people, when they travel, they go from nigga place to nigga place. People go to trailer park trash place to trailer park trash place, so forth and so on. It's what it is. But travel seems to be one of these things that it seems like it's openly available for many people, but it's not. Watch this. %10 of Americans have never seen the ocean. That's the Atlantic or the Pacific. 10% of Americans estimated have never seen the ocean. the Atlantic, or the Pacific. I mean, this is a lot of people who just haven't seen anything, right? They haven't seen anything, and they're talking to you, and you're like, huh? Right? Like, what are you talking to me about? What are you talking to me about? Half of Americans say they've never visited, half of Americans say they visited 10 states or fewer. 10 states or fewer, that's 54% of Americans. 11% of Americans never traveled outside the state they were born. 13% of Americans have never flown on a plane. 40% of Americans say they never left the country. Over half of the respondents say they never owned a passport. Okay, U.S. citizens don't need a passport to travel to Canada in the United States or on many cruises. So they can go on cruises and go to Mexico. I'm not sure if Canada, I thought you needed a passport. All right, but I went to Canada. I thought I needed a passport to go to Canada. I might be wrong on that one. 63% of Americans say they have never left the country. Said an international trip would be out of their price range, aka being priced out. 32% of Americans say they either don't own or can't actually remember if they bought any travel luggage. All right, this is interesting shit. 13% polls say they don't own any luggage of any kind. You do need a passport to go to Canada. It says in this article. I don't know when this article was written. That's what I thought. I needed a passport. This article was written in 2019. I don't know. I went to Canada and I needed a passport. Do you have your passport? Do you get your shots? Shout out to our brother here, No Government Name SD, says, I have some cousins in West Virginia. Their city politics and generational conflict between families blew me away. They have their own hood culture. So they got families, the Hatfields and the McCoys. I don't know if that's West Virginia, but the Hatfields and McCoys. And they have family beef and squabbles that go on for generations. Michael Young says the best entertainment on YouTube. Salute, coach. That's a co-sponsorship from Michael Young.
I'm rich, bitch.
Zachary Young, Columbus, Ohio native. The JUCO is Liddy on High Street at Ohio State University. Oh, yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. Shout out to Ohio State University. The Hatfields and the McCoys. Get your CDL. People are saying travel the interstates, learn, get lost in America. You know, I've been to the place. Go get lost, man. Go get lost. Go see America. And go around people you think they hate you. They ain't even thinking about you. They're not even thinking about you. And people don't really do stuff to you. So I wouldn't imagine that you would be unsafe traveling America today. Now, going to Mexico is another story. So watch out. I wouldn't go over to Juarez, Mexico. But get out and travel. Get out and travel. I think we got everybody. So we're going to get up out of here. Shout out to y'all. This was fun. The evening show was fun. The evening show was fun. And we'll be back tomorrow. Yeah. Peace. Thank you, by the way. Thank you.